Good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of Loot, Die, Repeat, where a bunch of us schmucks sit around, roll dice, do a lot of laughing at each other, and some collaborative storytelling that we like to call Dungeons and Dragons, and we appreciate you being here, sharing in our adventures with us. We are unfortunately down a couple of members tonight. We will miss you, Cackles, i.e. Carissa, i.e. Celine. We always appreciate your bubbly presence, although the most bubbly, of course, is Ray, and I think she's still on vacation. So I don't expect Molly to be here tonight either. But we will miss those two lovely ladies. We do have our third lovely lady here, only in order of chronological joinder of the game, and we're gonna let Breeze Star shine brightly tonight. We do appreciate you, the community, being here with us as we tell this story together. And as you guys cheer bits and affect the game through advantages and disadvantages and all the other shenanigans that you pull, which you can type into the chat, !rewards, and see all of the different ways you can affect the game, we, of course, are grateful for that, and so have some giveaways. We will be giving away at least one set of dice tonight, or a $5 gift card to DM's Guild. And if we get 10 new subscriptions tonight, we will give away either a second set of dice or a second gift card to DM's Guild. If you have been waiting on a set of dice, we did send out a whole slew of them this week, so they should be hopefully arriving before week's end. And we appreciate your patience as we like to send everything out in bulk. So enjoy your new sparkly dice that we hope will roll well for you at your respective tables. If we get, I believe it is, let me look at my notes. I think it is 65 more subs, I believe. 65 more new subscriptions. We will give away the aquatic white water dragon that is there. And so that's a cumulative goal, builds over the various streams that we have on Tuesday nights or Thursday nights, and then whichever episode we get that number in, we give the dragon away. So we hope you continue to watch and be a part of this amazing community. We'd also invite you to join our Discord server where there's ongoing conversations and memes and pictures and character ideas and good-natured tomfoolery. Which you can type into the chat, I think Discord, and it gives you the link to that channel. I'm going to try that right now. Discord. Did it do it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so you can follow that link and join the Discord. We would invite you to come and have some fun throughout the week. All right, well, my players are still making their way here. It's been a long day for several of them, and we are already down a few, but we have several at the table already, and so I'm going to begin with the recap, and then we will jump in to tonight's session. So our adventurers, known as those who rage against the storm, or R.A.T.S for short, have been following a task, pursuing the task of acquiring a mote of shadow, a necessary tool which apparently will be utilized somehow to rid the city of Brass of the shadowy epidemic that is currently assaulting it. An epidemic that was set off by this very party when they defeated a creature clad in a silver mask. The mask having absorbed their body and soul, the wearer of the mask, when they defeated her, some wizard, sorceress, arcanist. And then it kind of exploded outward and began to steal the life essence of anything it touched, transforming them into this shadowy plague, which quickly began to spread through the Colosseum and beyond into the most ancient city of the multiverse, the City of Brass. The party made their escape from the Octagon, this fighting ring in the City of Brass, were tasked with finding the Mote of Shadow, and after several small adventures have made their way ultimately to the lair of a cadre of red dragons who refer to themselves as They in Scarlet. The party had learned that the means to acquiring the Mote of Shadow lay through the treasure hoard of this evil, conniving, powerful group of ancient worms. And so the party engaged ultimately with the vassal or the speaker of these red dragons, a sultry tiefling who was rather confident in her master's power and invited the party into audience with They in Scarlet at their own peril. As they traveled through the impressive, hollowed-out volcano, which had been converted into a fortress, a lair for these 6 ancient red dragons, the party was witness to an amazing display of wealth and power and arcane mastery as they ultimately traveled to the heart of this active volcano known as Worthil's Lair, which was built into Ghoul's Mountain, a solitary volcano in the midst of the Cinder Wastes. The party drew to a platform where they saw They in Scarlet on full display, a treasure hoard larger than any they had ever seen or could really possibly imagine. Worthil, with his just decadent golden crown sitting upon his throne and his 5 attachés attending to his council, received the party. The seer of the group, known as Kamod Telzek, engaged with the party as the vassal left their presence and bid the party prove their willingness to abide and to be subjected to They in Scarlet. Asked one of the member of the rats to throw themselves into the magma pits below, and beckoned Hugo, the champion of the Octagon, to do so. Hugo, without much argument or attempts to negotiate otherwise, ran to the edge of the platform and swan dived into the magma, but not before casting a wall of force around himself, which prevented the lava from roasting him alive, at least for 10 minutes. The party then had 10 minutes to try to negotiate with They in Scarlet. And through a fervor and fury of conversation, the party was able to agree to secure passage through a portal, a small teleportation hatch that They in Scarlet possessed, and thereby attempt to gain the Mote of Shadow, but not for a free gift from the dragons. They too requested an item be retrieved for them. The brass mask was requested by Worthil, the leader of the dragons. I improperly, I believe, said copper. It was actually brass, so retconning myself. Adjust your notes accordingly. the brass mask.
I actually didn't put that in my notes, and that's kind of important to have in my notes.
That is kind of important. Kind of important. The party agreed to retrieve the brass mask upon penalty of death. And as the time expired, the magma pressed in upon Hugo, who survived the initial flood of the fiery death around him. Celine rushing to his aid, herself plunging off of the edge into the magma below, saving him through a healing spell while also immolating herself in the process. Ray sought to assist and took to flight and was quickly put in her place by one of the other dragons, who slammed her back to the ground, she not having received permission to enter the airspace of they and Scarlet. Ultimately, after a bemused exchange, the dragons wrested both Hugo and Celine from the fiery pit, healed them more out of a curious interest for what they may accomplish than out of pity or mercy, and sent them on their way, that party having expended some of their resources. And as they were whisked through the small hatch, which became apparent, the reason why the dragons hadn't used it, well, they couldn't fit, as it was large enough really for a single medium-sized humanoid to enter through. As they traversed very quickly through a nexus within the astral plane, the party found themselves reappearing in a broken statuary garden of sorts. There was marble floor, tiled, marbled floor all about them. Several large columns and kind of Arc de Triomphe style stone monoliths all about them, which looked almost mausoleum or tomb-like, obelisk-like, as if marking monuments in this very large plaza in which they found themselves. The sky was a very dull gray. And as they adjust to this flash of light around them, their eyes coming to a kind of resolution, they see a whole gathering of what look to be pale elves all about them. Most of them with shaven heads, skin full of tattoos and runes, some glowing, some simply of a classic black or green or blue ink. In the distance, a bluish reflective shield is seen, not more than a couple 100 feet away. None of you really take notice of what lies beyond the shield. Suffice to say, the immediate threat is surrounding you as these pale elves, who Hugo and Celine and Antony, you immediately recognize as being Shadowfell, elves who have sworn fealty to the Raven Queen, and typically reside in the Shadowfell, the domain of the Raven Queen herself. And so as these Shadowfell draw their weapons, swords and katanas, no real shields of any sort. There seem to be warrior monks in appearance more than anything, though there are some that look to be more bulky and muscly, and some more lithe and quick. Some immediately begin to circle around you, kind of in a encapsulating kill box that they put you in. As there are some broken statues around you, you all have appeared in what looks the residual of a white rune, which is hard to see on the map because of the glare, but it is actually a rune there. And as the color of the rune fades, your hopper necklaces seem to resonate a bit, as if this could be a node added to your ability to traverse. With the proper blood, of course. One of the Shadowkai seems to step forth with a very long, two-handed katana drawn and pointing to you, looking at you up and down very warily, hesitantly, and it looks at you and says, "Are you friend or foe?"
Well, I'll be. That's no way to greet a friend with a sword drawn as such. I don't believe we mean anyone any harm. This has just happened to be where we appeared.
Why are you here?
We're here because the Raven Queen sent me here to get something was taken from her.
What she said.
At the mention of the Raven Queen's name, there is a kind of a pause and a turn. Prove your statement.
Okay. So she told me that the dragons had a portal, and in the portal there was something that was taken from her by her nemesis that belongs to her and me because I'm a warlock and she's my patron. I just recently found that out. I didn't know that for a while. And I'm going to go through my bag and pull out the book that I have, the Raven Queen book, and show them the book. See, I have this. She gave this to me.
This elf kind of looks you over very carefully. You can see that the sword has been lowered a bit, but is still unsheathed.
Okay.
May I approach?
Yeah.
The elf steps forward and sheathes its katana, although the rest, and there are probably about 20 to 30 around you.
Oh, no problem.
And beyond that, there seem to be more, but they are not directly paying attention
it's
to
like
you.
zombie hordes. It's going to be wave after wave.
Yep.
The Shadowkai approaches you and stands about 4 or so inches taller than you. These are not necessarily the tallest elves,
Okay.
but they all seem very fit and they all seem very ready for battle. In fact, if you care to, any of you may roll an insight check yourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to.
17.
8. You realize a lot more than me.
12.
12. Cacophony, your Kenku form is on edge. This Shadowkai is approaching you. You've gone out on a limb and kind of asserted your patronage.
Oh yeah, I'm terrified, but I'm trying to
and you
stand tall. Yeah.
Exactly. You're trying to like muster, so you're not really taking in too much of their body language and posture. You're just trying to kind of muster as much courage for yourself as you can. Anthony, you are watching this and you know that what Cacophony is saying is true, so you're not too concerned with the outcome here because you know that they're going to see that this is your attention is drawn beyond this immediate ring. Your concern is with what's going on beyond this force shield. So if you care to roll a perception check, you may.
Yeah. 24.
As your keen eyes quickly take in the surrounding, you're drawn to the fact that the broken statues and crumbled columns do not look like they've been that way for long. This looks like there has been fresh battle here. And as you look to the force field beyond, your arcane senses immediately identify some sort of wall of force. Although this is a very powerful magical spell that has been cast. This isn't a spell activated by an individual. This seems to be a defensive reaction to this place itself. And as you look around with a 24, please roll a history check.
Whoop. It's leaning. Don't worry. 31.
You look and you see a vast palace that you stand within the primary courtyard of. Think of Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. The city of I think Gondor. What's the Minas Tirith? Is that the main city? You know how there's like the rings that of the city that ultimately culminate in kind of like the main palace area with the overlooking.
Yep.
You're kind of like in the center palace area.
Oh.
Think of it, except it's not as elevated. It's more of a spread out.
All right.
It seems that the areas beyond the force field were also a part of the complex, but this field of protection does not extend out that far. It is just over this central area. And the design and make of this place immediately with a 31 reminds you of descriptions that you have heard and read, though not seen, of the Fortress of Memories.
Okay.
The palace of the Raven Queen herself, which is located within the Shadowfell and is the seat of governance over that plane.
Or supposed to be.
Or is supposed to be. And there is a battle going on outside of this field of force.
Oh.
Of course there is.
Yikes.
This is not unlike the Temple of Shantea that had been assaulted by the evil goblinoid god Maglubiet. And it seems that a similar sort of convergence of divine powers is taking place here. With a 24, you look out, and it doesn't seem to be large pitched battles of armies per se, but there seem to be large eldritch beasts which are being swarmed by other Shatterkai, some of the beasts being felled, Shatterkai being destroyed as this is going on. And there looks to be, to your eye, what can only be described as a similar, almost mist of darkness, which seems to be sweeping forward and kind of stopping and waiting and then slowly moving It's not encompassing the entire area of the Shadowfell beyond. It seems concentrated and very slowly moving and ebbing. The majority of the Shadowkai within this wall of force seem fixed and focused on that, and there are conversations going on, and there seem to be battle plans and strategies being discussed and drawn up as you watch as a phalanx of Shadowkai quickly exit the defensive shield and enter into some part of the battle beyond your sight.
Okay.
Hugo, with your insight, it seems that the individual speaking is carrying a weight of authority to them. They have tattoos on them that are glowing a light bluish color. Almost all of the tattoos up and down their exposed arms and along their shaved head. They have a very long kind of black ponytail that extends down to about their waist that is braided all the way up. No other hair is visible on its body. As it steps forth, there is a hint of desperation to it. Deep concern at what's going on. The creature steps up to your tome, Cacophony, and looks at your book with a very discerning eye, looking it over, does not touch.
Okay. That's good. No touching.
And
No touchy
looks down at you and at the book. Please roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Hmm.
20.
There's a slight nod of the head as if understanding. And then you watch as it raises its hand and then kind of lowers it. All of the weapons are sheathed. Interesting for the Raven Mother to send you. You are a champion of our queen, and so I presume you are here to assist. Is that a proper presumption?
Well, what would we be assisting with? What exactly is going on?
Figure kind of gives you a side glance and then looks back to Cacophony before answering your question. May I have the pleasure of the Mother of Shadows named champion?
My name is Cacophony, and this is my party. I can introduce them. So we have Hugo, and Anthony, and Hashin, and Ray, and Celine. They're with me. We're working together.
He regards each of you, hovers over Hashin a little longer.
I like your hair.
The cold of death lingers with you.
You have nice tattoos as well? I think I'm making the name there.
If it pleases the champion, I will answer. Hugo, was it?
That is correct.
Yeah, you can answer.
You best be answering, bitch.
We have been attacked. Quite obviously. By the forces of Shah, the Mistress of Darkness, the Nightbringer herself. This is not uncommon in and of itself. But this time, their forces were changed by an unknown force. The darkness is deeper, and their forms are twisted. Some of our troops were cast into dream and fell sway to the control of Shah. This happened in the initial onslaught and caused our flanks to fall. We've retreated back here to the Garden of Passage, where we block the pathway to the silhouetted throne and the Vault of Remembrance. You say you are here to help, perhaps. It does not seem you are aware of the conflict. Therefore, I cannot assume that you are sent to help in the fray. So why are you here?
So, we're here to get an item, but we're not quite sure what it is. But we're pretty sure it belonged to the Raven Queen and probably has some power to it. And it was taken by an enemy, which might explain why your enemy got stronger.
What is this item?
I wish I knew, but I don't think we know what it is.
I mean, we kind of do. Unless you were trying to lie.
Do we just go out and say it?
I
don't know.
think, I mean, they kind of got us here, don't they?
Yeah,
I say
I
you're,
guess we're kind
you're
of
the
stuck.
Raven Queen's chosen,
Okay.
right? Just go with it.
All right, we're
She
looking
wants it
for
back.
we're looking for a mote of shadow. If you know what exactly it is or where it is.
There are many such motes in creation of each kind, depending on how fragmented the shards have become over the eons.
Is there one here?
The primary is here, in the vault.
Okay, good.
The queen told you to retrieve this.
Yeah. Apparently.
She must not expect us to prevail. I apologize. My name is Shivok. I am Overseer Shivok. Shivok Te.
It's nice to meet you.
You see a deep look of concern crest the face, as if the thought of giving up the mote of shadow is deeply troubling to Shivok. The forces of the Queen of Night, the Mistress of Darkness, Shah, cut off almost immediately the Forge of Bone, the Hall of Recollection, the Cathedral of Twilight, and the Court of Unkindness. Each of these four contain a key of sorts to enter the vault. The key cannot be accessed by any but those within the unkindness of the Queen herself. Normally, this would not be cause of alarm. However, because of this dreaming dark that has shrouded our brethren, I fear that they may have the means to access the vault should they acquire the key. The guardians of each should hold them at bay. However, if we can acquire the key first, and access the vault, you will have the mote. And I presume you have the means of escape from here.
Do we?
Well, yeah. But along with that, you wouldn't have by chance out there seen anyone that has a mask of sorts on. I believe it was a what they say, bronze.
A mask, you say? You mean attacking us?
I would assume so, but I mean maybe they're on your
could
side.
be.
But
We were told to look out for it, like it was a bad thing or something.
so we're assuming that it's probably not on your side, but don't know if you've come across a creature of some type of wearing a mask.
Why do you want the mask?
Well, to be quite frank with you, that's the only way we get back out of here.
Do you know what the mask is?
I'm pretty sure it obscures the face, right?
We'll go with that answer.
Pretty simple.
We didn't ask many questions.
We weren't in a position to ask.
The consequences of the reset of the mask would be detrimental to the planes.
Can you say that again? The consequences of the what?
The mask would be detrimental to
You
the
said a
planes.
word.
The release of the mask.
Release. Oh, so
Oh.
you have it.
It is in the vault,
Why do you have it? If
so
it's-
no one else
Oh,
can
like
have
keep it
it.
away. Okay, I'm gonna cut this straight with you. If we walk out of here without the mask, we're all dead. And the mote, he's probably not going to get where it needs to be as well. Rock in the hard place, I know.
The mask is a artifact created by evil.
Oh,
Demons have poured their essence in to each of the respective masks.
oh.
The wearer of the mask gains power at the expense of giving over their soul in time to those who created the masks. Many powerful beings have sought to control it. The more powerful can control it for a time, but eventually the heart is corrupted by
Well,
shadow.
Is there no way to destroy it?
There is.
Then why haven't you destroyed it all this time?
We do not have the means here,
Hmm.
nor a champion to have retrieved it.
To retrieve the means to destroy.
Yes.
So, hypothetically, say a dragon. An ancient red dragon. Again, pure hypothetical. Wanted to use a mask. Could they possibly want to use it for good? Like, hey, I want to rule, but like benevolently. With power. Benevolently.
An ancient red dragon, you say?
This was a hypothetical. It could be brass, could be bronze, could be... What are the good ones?
That is not a good scenario.
Not good, yeah.
What if it doesn't fit on a dragon?
That's a good question. Hypothetical question.
The magic of the mask will adjust
Oh, okay.
to the face of the bearer.
Okay.
If you are to take this mask, I hope that she has a plan to counteract the evil it will unleash.
I kind of do too.
Well, wouldn't that just be all? In order to save what might be all the planes of existence, we might have to unleash an evil that we can't counteract.
Or we have to hope that someone else can.
Ah,
Because it's
That's-
not us.
It's not a good place for us to be, you know.
Well, in any event, if the Queen has sent you,
Yes.
I cannot stand in the way of you taking the mask or the mote. But I can assist you in opening the vault.
Okay.
As I said, there are 4 points. We have been periodically sending out strike teams to take out the fell creatures. We can guide you to one of the points. I have enough men to try to gain the key from another. Upon your return, we can try to send you to a third and try to ourselves gain access to the fourth.
Okay.
All right. Out of curiosity, and while you guys have been sending or fighting these creatures, have you found any vulnerabilities or things that don't hurt them per se?
It's a good question.
Radiance.
Does or doesn't?
The radiant light will make them flee,
Okay.
will harm them. But it is a deadly encounter to be had in mass. Taking them on individually, we have hope, we have chance. Taking them on as a swarm, they are deadly powerful.
Hey, so I'm Anthony, and I'm looking back there, and there's a spreading section of darkness there, and I'm wondering, what do you know about this?
Any who have been engulfed have not returned.
It's fun.
It is the manifestation of Shah. It is the manifestation of nothing.
Well, we've dealt with that jabron before.
Yes, you died. Oh,
Right.
I'm sorry, the vessel you were in died. I almost died. Habib, Celine almost died.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
I was fine the whole time.
Yeah, just not the vessel.
So,
Do
the
you
forge.
have anything to help
You
us?
would have killed him anyway.
Do I have anything?
Like, I don't do radiant damage.
My forces are stretched. We are holding them back. What you have brought with us must be sufficient. What I have brought with you must be sufficient.
Okay, good. It's good. I feel prepared.
Well,
No, like armory or.
The Forge of Bone is an armory. You may go there first if you desire.
What are the 2 places you definitely need to keep? I know there's 4, and we're gonna try to go around, but
I don't understand.
there's 4 locations, right?
Yes.
Are there 2 that are more important than the other?
All 4 are already in the enemy's control or ability to siege. The most important are protected here. The throne
Yep.
of the Maiden Mother and the vault.
Okay.
You can choose whichever you wish.
So they're all the same then. It doesn't matter. Just get them back.
They each have a key.
All the same.
Forge of Bone is an armory.
Yep.
The Hall of Recollection, a library of sorts. The Raven Queen's less important memories are stored there. The Cathedral of Twilight, it's a place of worship. And the Court of Unkindness is the Queen's audience hall, where she entertains those who would travel to her domain.
do you know where the Raven Queen is?
The Raven Queen is where she pleases to be. She is in her throne, but she is also ferrying the dead, or at least trying to. There has been an interdiction for some time, and the souls are not flowing as they were. We believe this is what has allowed Shah to mount the assault that she has.
Okay. So, I think we should take the armory and use what we can gain from there and try to take another one. I'm not gonna lie. The Hall of Tomes or the records with the Raven Queen's dreams sounds interesting.
Well, you know I like my books, so...
And so does she. And so does she.
Yes.
And
So-
Ray likes pop-up books, so that's something.
Let me guess. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there.
Actually, that one looks a little more off. It's like southwest, so not all the cardinal directions.
All right, so the black circle is where? Here? We want these two.
As you can see, Shah's manifestation is traveling. We can time your departure, as well as our first foray, to make sure you can go to whichever of the four you would target, and whichever of the four you would have us target first. My strong recommendation is that we return here, reconvene, and then choose the second set of targets.
Like short rest and have another plan.
If we have the time for that. He glances back somewhat nervously at the wall of force, as it seems to be holding just fine, but it isn't being directly assaulted by
Yeah, we gotta move though.
anything. It's just in place. But as the pitched battle beyond goes on, you get the sense that the presence of Shar could draw closer to the wall of force itself.
Okay.
How long has the enemy had the 4 points of interest?
They took the Court of Unkindness and the Hall of Recollection first, in the first wave.
Okay.
In a pincer movement that manifested on the opposite flank. The Forge of Bone and the Cathedral of Twilight fell next. It has been several days for the first two, and but 2 days for the second.
Okay.
Would we think that the one that fell last has the least amount of reinforcements and the most amount of physical fresh damage? Therefore,
Yeah.
potentially the easiest?
Or the most full of enemies still.
Could be.
I think at this point, what does it really matter? We gotta take all four.
I still like the idea of taking the forgery first, just in case there's something there.
The armory.
The armory.
Armory.
Y-
Same
yeah,
difference.
The Forge of Bone, yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, forgery is a falsehood. But yeah,
Spoken like a true Kenku.
I like that because who knows what weapons are there that could help us against Shar.
Well,
Yes, that was my point.
on we go then.
Do you have a map?
No. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We'll go which way?
It is to the west.
Oh, I see the sign. Forge of Bone.
No, it's not a sign. It is.
More like a hieroglyph.
It's a symbol.
Yeah, a hieroglyph. Got it. It's a bone with a...
Which
Anvil.
of the targets would you have a detachment of my shadows head to?
In my opinion, we have heard you get called the Collector of Memories. Perhaps we should take a trip to her.
I think those are the two we
I
do.
agree.
I don't think
Yeah.
she would mind you copying a few of them either.
I concur. I mean, bing bang. Get the weapons, go to the memories.
I think we get the weapons, come back here.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Agreed.
All right. I just step off to the side and start casting some spells on myself.
Okay. What
Mage
spells
armor,
do you cast?
mage armor, mage armor.
A mage armor, that's always going to be up, but gift of alacrity as well.
Okay.
All right.
And then you guys can go to.
I have a question, just a thought.
Yes.
Is there benefit for your shadows to come with us and try to pincer them back? Attack at one location in different directions? Or do we split forces?
I do not have forces to divide. If we are trying to retrieve the keys, I suggest swift strikes, in and out.
Okay.
Quickly return.
Are there any tactics that you have used that seem to attract the attention of the Shar blob out there?
When the dark horrors fall, she responds in force. To reinforce her lines.
Correct.
And to reabsorb their corpses.
Okay, so then let's, tactics-wise, let's send whatever you have to one spot and take out the horde that's there. And let's take that to the opposite direction we're going and the other party's going, if you have another party. And then when we get back, we do the same thing to distract her to the other side.
We go
and
opposite
head out that way.
directions of where we want to
So
go.
if you're heading to the west, to the Forge of Bone, we send a feint
Yes.
to the east
Yes,
to draw the shadow of darkness attention.
yes.
And I send
Me.
a second detachment to the Court of Unkindness, which is the next
To the north or whatever.
westernmost location.
I mean, does this seem reasonable to you?
It will thin our ranks, and it will reduce our ability to defend here should the shield break. But if this is what the champion deems best,
What if we keep... Okay, what if we go, east-west, and we keep a detachment here to hold down the fort then? Not to thin the ranks. We reconvene, and we flip-flop.
I look around. How many tens or hundreds or thousands of Shatterkai are holding fort here?
Maybe there look to be different types. The ones that you saw run out before have some sort of rudimentary armor. They look to be more of a classic infantry type. There are maybe 6 phalanxes of them left. Each phalanx is composed of maybe 20. And then there is another set that are dressed more like the Overseer. And these seem to be monks and are fewer in number. There seem to be about 5 groups of 10 of them. So there might be roughly 200 defenders in total by your quick kind of calculation. 6 groups of infantry, 5 groups of what look to be some sort of inner court guard,
All right.
and then there also seem to be some strategically placed archers at the tops of the remaining
Okay.
arches that are around the garden.
So here's the reality of the situation. If we get the mask and we get the
Are you speaking as Anthony?
yeah,
Okay.
shadow, I'm done with accents right now.
Well,
we
I
get
didn't
the
know
mote
if
of
you were
shadow.
Steving it. That's all. I didn't know.
If we get the mask and we get the mote of shadow, I am Anthony.
That's not healthy.
Then is there a reason to defend this location? Can something from the throne be removed if it is necessary? And can you
well,
do
if
it
they
now?
have all 4 keys and we leave the vault unattended.
The vault is
Right. That so
cannot
if
fall.
we're
Yeah, but if we
obtaining keys
remove-
and they break in, it doesn't matter.
Right.
We're
Right.
not going to be able to get it.
Right.
So if you utilize all of your forces, I don't want to lose them, obviously, but use them in any way you can, because if the wall falls, it's done. It doesn't matter. We need to get the things in the vault to secure the Raven Queen's
If the
most
presence,
important possessions.
If the presence of the Nightbringer reaches the throne, she will gain control of this entire realm.
Oh, so that's really what we're protecting.
So
And the contents of the vault.
So here's the thing. The Raven Queen's not here.
But she's in her throne,
She-
and she's away.
She is here, and she is not.
You would think, with her sister right outside this globe,
Shah is Salune's sister.
whatever.
The Raven Queen is an
They once called each other sister. They were friends, okay?
Like pen pals or something.
Salune and the Raven Queen have known to align.
What I'm saying is, she obviously thinks you're all expendable, right? She's not here protecting you. So,
If the Queen keeps the throne, our lives are but dust and shadow. And
mine too.
we can be reanimated at the Queen's whim. I myself have died many times in her service.
Believe me.
Okay, so we're really protecting the throne, not the things in the vault.
We do not know what they are after. To lose either would be
Not good.
terrible.
Got it. So let's just go in opposite directions and
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
some here.
Let's do it.
I don't know
get
if we
the
have
mote-
very many options.
if we get the mote and the mask and we leave, what does that mean for you? Did we even help? Or did we help ourselves?
If they are after the things in the vault and you remove them,
Gotcha.
then they have
Oh, good. Then they're after us.
Well, and the Raven Queen would not have started our machinations if it wasn't important.
No, that's true. And I guess this warlock wouldn't be with us if that wasn't the case.
That's true.
Oh, have you seen a guy named Wolfram around here lately?
Wolfram.
And how many chosen at one time does the Raven Queen have?
the Queen has as many chosen as she deems.
Okay, alright. Just one of the parties I've been in mentioned this guy before.
Wolfram has traveled here.
Oh.
A crotchety old man.
Heard he was in a simulacrum.
Really?
I just heard things.
From where?
I had stories, man. I'm a trader. We hear all types of stuff.
It's from the material plane in Toriel.
He was here recently.
Oh,
This is why I started this line of questioning. I'm so happy right now. Wait, was he alive?
He was at the Hall of Recollection.
Is that the one we're going to?
it's one of
Second,
them.
Yes.
It's the Hall of Memories. What was he looking for?
Sweet.
I guess it doesn't matter yet. Let's go take
Let's
the
start.
armory.
We need to start.
Yeah.
I do not know
Yeah.
what
Thank
the
you.
champion's whim was.
It's fine. When
I
we
just like
live
to
and
keep
we
these
come back,
tidbits
maybe
in
we
my
talk
brain.
a little bit.
Yes.
All right.
Do
So
the
how do
armory.
we get through the shield? Do we just walk through it?
Yes, you may pass through.
Okay.
What do the kids do these days?
I don't know.
The broken heart
See
thing?
you on the other side.
Oh, Wolfram.
All right, so opposite directions, right? That's the plan on this one.
Yes, so I will send a detachment to the throne of the
Bone.
he doesn't actually mumble this. Matthew did. The court of unkindness.
Is it the opposite
Yes,
direction
yes,
of the armory?
No, that is next to the armory.
And one to deter the shadow, yes.
Is that what we are doing?
Yep.
It's up to the chosen, I suppose,
Is
right?
that what we're doing? You can veto.
Which one is opposite of the Forge of Bone?
Everyone has advantage at the table.
The
Oh, I love you.
the Cathedral of Twilight is the most west from the Forge of Bone.
Should we split in those directions then? So instead of
Well, we're not
having 3
splitting.
parties out, we'll just have 2.
I think we have 2 parties out, and then the Shatter Kai you're just going to hopefully pop out, to kill some things, and pop back in so that it goes away from our path.
Do you want to both go on the same side and do the feint on the opposite, or send teams in opposite directions and feint in the center?
Do you have any tables with maps on it that we could start putting some flags up and move them around? Some little army men?
I am sorry we were unprepared for a
For us to drop in.
strategic assault.
I've never actually been at war, so I can't say I have a whole lot of experience here.
Water's hell.
But
Let's go with it.
So I've heard.
Go with what?
opposite directions or
Two
the
detachments
same?
to the closest 2, and we're going to be going to the armory.
Okay, so the armory and
Court
the
of Unkindness.
court of unkindness are to the east, and then we will send a feint to the west.
Yes.
Yes.
And we'll
Done.
flip-flop it if we succeed.
Understood. The feint will take up 2 of my phalanxes of infantry. We will be down to 4. I will send a detachment of the personal guard to the court of unkindness, and you will be led to the Forge of Bone. Yes,
Where will you be?
I will remain here to oversee.
Okay.
All right. Let us beseech the Queen for her blessing
Beseech away.
and guidance. So he kind of kneels for a moment on one knee and kind of closes his eyes, clutching his hand kind of to his forehead. There is a brief pause as if prayer is being levied. Then he stands and in a language that is Elvish, but is very harsh, kind of Elvish, commands are given to the infantry, and 2 detachments begin making their way to the west and targeting some of the eldritch beings that are there, bringing support to the lines that are engaging. As you and another detachment of the inner court guard make your way to the east, the court guard going to the Court of Unkindness, the Raven Queen's audience hall, and you yourselves going to the Forge of Bone, known as where the armory for the Raven Queen is. I need everyone to roll a stealth check as you go.
Stealthy McGee.
18.
21.
18, 21,
19.
I'll roll for Ray.
19,
18.
18.
I'll roll for Ray and Celine.
Okay.
An 11 for Ray and a 12 for Celine. I don't know what their additives are.
Okay. Celine gets +3 to stealth,
15?
and I didn't
Apparently,
bring-
she's having an existential crisis moment, so she's probably
From a Goobliet.
not
didn't-
very stealthy.
Notably, real quick, I couldn't see into that dark thing, could I?
You
your devil's sight works out to 60 feet, I believe.
That was too far away. Okay.
And so it was well beyond that.
Okay.
So you're unsure if it would pierce through or not. Ray's stealth is a +7.
18 for her.
You move forward rather stealthily.
Okay.
And as you exit through the shield, you immediately are greeted with the sounds of what sound to be screams. And a low kind of resonant thrumming. Which kind of reverberates and thrums through the air as if there's some sort of like buzzing, driving rhythm that is progressing outward. As you go along, it seems to press into your minds, seeming to kind of weasel its way in. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sweet. Nice.
Wisdom.
21.
21 for me as well.
27.
I'm going to roll for Ray and
22.
Celine.
You 4 have passed.
Awesome.
Okay, Ray was an 8,
Ray's wisdom is +7.
so 15.
That
And
passes.
go, Ray.
Celine was a 19 on the die.
So
Nice.
all of you pass.
Have we ever heard this before?
No,
Okay.
this
So
is
Celine rolls good when she's not here.
an
Yeah.
audible sound. And it is definitely unnerving. And you feel like it is trying to infiltrate your thoughts, but each of you buckle down and forestall this influence, whatever it may be. As you move along, your guide kind of has you duck into what can only be described as a pergola-like structure with dead vines growing up it. And as you duck underneath, there is a creature that flies overhead. You look up, it seems to be bat-like, except deformed, and it has long, wispy, what looks to be shadows, just kind of wafting off of it. But when you look at the shadows, it's not like it's a kind of grayish, dark black shadow. It looks like it is just nothing. It's empty. It hovers over for a moment and continues on as if it is just kind of flying in Overwatch patterns, looking for individuals to engage with and pick off. As you continue forward, if Ray were here, she would recognize a very long-legged creature kind of striding through the ranks that engages what looks to be a phalanx of infantry that were hiding in the rubble of some outbuilding. With the high columns broken in, the phalanx seems to ambush it, and immediately the creature's head snaps to and a mouth opens with eyes all through its mouth as Ray kind of looks out and says, "Oh, a woe strider, those were no fun." As the creature engages and begins to fell several of the infantry while taking damage itself. You don't stay long enough to see how the battle plays out as you continue on. You travel through some broken buildings and rubble, staying low and to the ground. You don't come across any immediate enemies, though in the distance you see what looks to be a large creature of leathery black skin that seems to be eating something in the distance. Its head kind of looks up for a moment, and there's a large central eye. Not unlike a beholder, though. It doesn't have eye stalks. It just has kind of wispy, tendrily, leathery black hands. But the skin, again, it's not reflective in any way. It just seems to put out all light as any sort of light around it just seems to be extinguished as it meets its sinewy form.
Do these descriptions bring to recollection any enemies in the past that I've...
Please roll with advantage.
What am I rolling? History?
History.
33.
33.
Yeah, that should do it.
Crit.
You rolled the crit?
Yeah.
These are all creatures of mythos or void origin. And what might not be of void origin, that certainly is corrupted by the madness of mythos and the light engulfing presence of the void. You know these deep magics. They are rare and were thought to be banished, but through the ages there have been various attempts to bring them back, which was your entire life's mission, is to extinguish the means by which either void or mythos magic could return to the elemental planes. This, of course, is terrible news as you see the influence here, but it is not unfamiliar to you. You know that the void is deeper than darkness. It is literally the absence of reality. Whereas mythos is the remaking of reality into a maddening, dreamlike weave that the old ones of mythos can control at their beck and call. These creatures don't unnerve you because you've seen them and their ilk before, but the implications of their presence...
They're further along than I thought.
Yes.
That's not good.
This is not good.
Okay. So we see a one-eyed monster eating.
Eventually begin to approach what looks to be what only can be described as a
Man-bear pig.
Man-bear pig, yes. It can only be described as a very large, round smokestack. The smokestack, as you approach, looks to be kind of an off-white, dulled through age and time. As you approach, it's a kind of an off-white, yellowed color that at the top of the smokestack is black. This stack gives way into an entry which seems to go below ground, where there are two very large doors, which, as you look from a distance, it is kind of across like a road type of way that would expose you to the open. This is a kind of a solitary building out to itself. You look, and there don't seem to be any signs of immediate eldritch activity, but as you look, there are bone doors, one of which is collapsed inward. how do you proceed forward? You have been guided to the location, and so now it is yours to engage with.
So we have a clear path to cross, like clear meaning there's nothing to obfuscate our view.
Correct. Nor is there anything to obfuscate the view of you as you would cross.
Correct. But currently there's no enemies in sight.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. Oh, I'm good at this. 29.
29.
One off of my crit.
So as you look around, there seems to be a very large, in the distance, hill, which seems to be moving along the ground, seems to be almost camouflaging itself with the deadened earth around it. As you look at it, it looks to almost be a moving mound of flesh, which does seem to be moving vaguely in this direction, though for no other reason than it seems to just be making a pass. It's not that it has detected you or seen you. There are creatures flying overhead, like the one that you saw previously. There, in the distance, does look to be a dragon-like creature flying about. With a 29, its body is a pale pink color. As it flies, it almost looks to be... doesn't look to be any legs or arms. It almost looks to be a giant flying worm.
Oh, nice.
More detail than that you can't make out. But it hovers about. And there does not seem to be any light coming from inside the forge.
I cast a spell into my arcane abeyance.
Okay. And this is the one that you can give to other people?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, what spell do you cast?
Haste.
Haste. All right. Haste has been casted into your arcane abeyance. Anything else anyone wants to do to prepare?
I would tell them what I see, and does it look like... Because I see where the shambling mound of flesh is circling, and we see the thing circling up there.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see an obvious pattern where we think, like, hey, when they're faced this way, if we sprint it across this expanse...
You think if you time things, you could try to avoid their sight, for sure.
How far is this expanse?
It's about 50 feet.
Okay, so a double action. Or
You
a double
could,
movement.
you could get...
Or
You think you could get
one
through
round.
with one round, yep.
Yeah, so I would explain that and kind of point out, like, hey, if you look here, I think if we time it right, we can get the cross without having to kill anything or be seen by anything that we're going to have to fight right away.
That'd probably be best.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Is there like a cropping of something on the other side that, like, that's our target if we get behind this rock?
There are stairs that seem to go down, and then the broken bone door, and the other one kind of still slightly askew but in place. There's no coverings or anything. It's
Okay,
really just
so
kind
it's
of
just
a
down and in.
straight shot
Right.
in.
Let's try to time it and get the hell across.
All right.
All right, so I need everyone to roll another stealth check.
I'm going to use my advantage.
Okay, so Cacophony, you have no advantages left.
No.
Okay.
That's not worth it.
28.
28,
20.
20,
14.
14,
11.
11, okay.
Ooh.
Does anyone have...
And that's with my
Does anyone
advantage.
have something that when you roll a natural 1, you can re-roll it?
No.
No one has, like, bountiful luck or anything?
Oh, yeah. Would Celine
I
have,
do,
like,
but
guidance
no.
to anyone?
I'm not
or,
doing
like,
it for you, but I do.
done stuff to help us out at this
Well,
point?
Yes.
We definitely have a fail on...
There's a natural 1, you said.
on
So
Celine.
that's 2 fails.
And
okay.
we have a 4 on Ray.
Okay.
I think she's a plus
Oh,
9.
boy.
She's a plus 7, which
11.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. You rush across, and
Were we 3 and 3?
You were
rush
four,
across and we're
4
saying,
and 3.
"Hey, you guys!"
With a natural 1.
Running like Kermit across.
You rush across, and Cacophony, you're not made for sprinting, per se.
Made for flying.
You get winded very quickly.
Yeah. You kind of bungle your way across, and you're tripped up by Celine, who catches her foot on one of the cobblestones in the road and just goes ass over tea kettle, just kind of rolls, her armor kind of clambering along the cobblestone ground. Hashin and Hugo, you both stop and quickly pick her up as Anthony, you kind of shake your head in frustration, whereas Ray is just like running as fast as she can, and she kind of just stumbles down the stairs, smashing into the bone door at the other side.
Hey, at least she doesn't have to kick it open this time.
We're here, and they know it as well.
Ooh, it's an ossuary.
Celine, are you using emboldening bond? As we're about to... That's pretty cool. Where'd you get that map?
I have lots of maps.
All the
All of a
map.
sudden it's going to show
It's
up
an
on Thursday.
Indiana Jones themed
Oh, fun.
As
catalog.
Ray kind of breaches the door first,
Oh, is that a
It's very
spine
artistic.
tail?
Say it again?
The
Oh, yeah.
That's
spiral
cool.
thing. Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't see it.
You'll see it once we have to sacrifice people on top of the spots to draw blood into the central
here,
thing.
Oh, yeah. I was looking at it like a clock.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
I don't know, Adam, if you can do the map that's the
125?
zoomed in one. I don't know if which
Or-
one you have on, but
4:05. Or, sorry, 5:05.
6:55?
I guess it depends where you're saying noon is.
yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let's see if I can push that down a little bit.
All right. Encounter number 1.
Okay. As you breach, there are a couple things you immediately notice. First of all, the entire inside of this space is made of bone.
Mm-hmm.
The floor is various pieces of femurs and skulls and shoulder bones and metatarsals, metacarpals, large teeth, of all manner of creatures that have died, that are cobbled together to make a relatively even surface. Opposite of where you enter, there are stairs that go up to a plateau of bone where there is a very large forge that is recessed into the wall. This seems to be where the large bone smokestack that you saw kind of juts up into the air, which would essentially be beyond this. The forge itself is this opening here, which is currently extinguished. Along the walls, there are racks of various weapons and armors, which were made specifically for use by the Shadowkai. It immediately becomes apparent that this has been ransacked, per se, in the attempt to grab whatever weaponry and arms the Shadowkai could to muster their defenses. There is a very large figure which is kind of splayed and sprawled out near the forge. The figure is clad in heavy armor, and it is a giant, literal giant, made of entirely of bone.
Cool.
He wields at least wielded a broken, massive broadsword. This looks to you, by the looks of the skeleton and the armor, to be and Hugo and Celine in particular, and Hasheen, this looks to be a dead fire giant that was tending to the forge. The forge master, per se. In addition, you see what looks to be several felled eldritch creatures. Their bodies in various states of kind of decay back to their kind of oozing black form. I'm not going to put out the corpses about. But it seems there was some sort of a battle here as the the Forge Master was ultimately felled. You all arrive. What are you doing?
This place is beautiful.
It's freaking weird.
And that guy's huge.
And dead. Hey, does anyone have like sacred flame or something? Just thinking of the decaying things that like maybe we can, you know, they said the radiant damage. Make sure they don't pop back up.
That is a great idea, but I can't do that.
Okay, good. Neither can I. No.
What does Celine have?
Celine, do you have like a cantrip
She
that does
has
radiant energy?
Sacred Flame.
I got that too.
Sacred flame?
No, but I can do Starburst.
Is that a...
Starburst
I
is
can-
radiant.
I
I
can
can
do
just
that
pop
as
it
well.
off all day.
I'm just thinking,
That's
like,
Celine?
he made mention that
Close
Shar
enough.
can sometimes pull the energy back and reanimate, so if they're dead, let's
Yeah,
try
that's
to
a great idea.
decay them further.
Sure.
Celine
Hugo
starts
just
casting Sacred
popping off of
Flame
them.
alongside
Make
of
them
the
super
Starburst.
dead.
It serves to
One for you.
flash away and
one for
irradiate
you.
the eldritch flesh that remains.
Okay.
They don't react.
Okay.
Is there anyone in those cages?
So
Is that what
these
those are?
these
Yeah, I think
what
so.
look
see
to be
that.
cages from the top down are actually racks of what would have been weapons and armor.
Oh, that's what that is.
All right.
Same with these over here. And underneath are more racks.
So,
You said there was smoke coming out of the smokestack,
There, yes, I
but
did.
you said the fire was dead.
Correct, I did.
Oh, that's interesting.
The smoke is, think of more like wispy, like
Okay.
the remaining embers are still giving off something, but
so what are we supposed to find here?
Find the key.
a
key.
key.
We have to find the key. I bet it's on the big giant.
Is there a door?
Well,
Is there a door to something behind the giant?
the opening to the forge is behind the giant.
Yeah.
Maybe
This is the
All right.
armory, the bone forge.
Hugo will go to the big giant
Yep.
and he will investigate
I'm
the
going
body.
to come with you and help. We
Okay.
know. I want to poke around the forge then too. Maybe it needs to be relit.
I would like to check to see if anything's moving.
Yes, you guys do that while we're looking for a key.
Ooh, yes.
I'd like to check. You said there was some weapons still on the wall. I'd like to check to see if there's anything worth us taking, or at least bringing back to the others to see if there's anything they can use.
Okay, very good. And Ray and Celine, Celine
eye
goes
out.
behind you to give you guidance, Hugo, and Ray's just kind of poking with the spear the bodies, just making sure
It's
they're
even
dead.
better.
What'd you get?
27.
Good thing you rolled.
All right, so first we're gonna do Anthony. Anthony, you were
I'm looking for movement.
investigating any movement. So Ray's alongside of you.
Uh-huh. 16.
16?
Should I roll for Ray?
Yeah. I feel like Darling's more southern. Down here, cackles. This I tried to do a bit of a British
That's good right there.
right here. All right, I'll try this.
What is her?
Hugo, let me help. As she goes to guide you, and
What is Ray's investigation?
Ray's
I rolled a 16 on the die.
investigation is +2, so
So
18.
18.
So our barbarian rolled a higher investigation than our wizard.
Oh boy.
That's fun.
No, our warlock.
No, I rolled for Ray.
Yeah, our warlock rolled.
Yes.
Yes, that is.
I'm not the warlock. Can't prove
As
it.
you
Paladin.
as you look at it, you do see deep slashing wounds in these creatures, clearly felled by the Forge Master here. You don't see any signs of life in their being, though you do see what look to be the remains of another Woe Strider. As you can now kind of and Ray looks at it and says, another Woe Strider. I hate those things. We fought them in Mulhessen, and it was just not fun. We killed it, though, because that's, that's what we do.
It's what we do.
Okay.
As you kind of move around and look to another, you see what looks to be almost a spidery, multi-legged creature with a spiky carapace and a head that has tendrils kind of coming out of where the brain would be, just kind of splayed out on the ground.
Oh.
It's got a massive gash through the top of its head where it looks like it was impaled by this Forge Master. Cacophony, please roll either investigation or perception for the weapons that you're looking at.
May as well be perception.
Yeah. And I rolled an 8, 10.
A 10.
Average.
You look through and there do seem to be some swords remaining with bone hilts. The swords themselves don't strike you as anything magical per se beyond just their unique form, but you grab them anyway because it's what you do.
Yeah.
So you put some in there. Some knives similarly with a 10. Yeah, not high enough. You just don't see anything else that you think is unique and interesting here with these weapons. Hugo.
27 for investigation.
27 for your investigation. Does that include with the guidance?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. You look at this creature, and it looks like there were several wounds in the skeleton around its neck and the kind of the base of its skull. Piercing, very specific piercing, as if something was seeking to kind of target that area with a direct sort of attack and influence. There are burn marks and acid marks about it as well, and it's been bludgeoned, fingers broken, things like this, skull kind of cracked in, its eyes just vacuous and empty. You do see, however, in the inside of its armor, which is relatively intact, a compartment which has a rune still glowing, a bluish, dark bluish, navy blue color on the inside of the plate chest armor. What would roughly be over its heart.
Is this a rune I would recognize?
Roll an Arcana check.
Should be good at those, right?
20.
20.
Guidance.
Oh, I'm guidanced?
Yep, Celine is there to continue to assist
Well,
you.
now it's a 24.
Ooh, maxed it. With that 24, that is good enough to know that this is a rune of abjuration.
You're welcome.
It is specifically a... Do you know the spell?
I probably do.
Yeah, being a
it's
wizard.
of abjuration, and it's essentially a rune of. Essentially, the 24. It is its own pocket dimension.
Ooh.
That there's a specific way to break it.
That's got to be where the key is.
Well, Hugo would like to try to break it.
Okay. How are you trying to break it?
The specific way.
Well, yeah,
You mentioned.
the specific way that I would understand that it would take. Now, how about, can we try dispel magic on it first?
You may. At what level are you casting Dispel Magic?
Well,
Use your highest one.
we're gonna start with third.
Third level. All right. As you begin to cast Dispel Magic, there is a large at your backs.
Door closed.
The door is not closed because
Whoa.
it can't be.
Thought it was like a mimic door.
There is a smashing of the door behind you
Oh, fun.
as a massive worm-like creature
Oh, wonderful.
kind of just slithers its way in through the opening. You now see the flying creature that you saw before. Massive horns, which are on the top of this creature's head. Its mouth is open, and inside is a giant yellow eye, which peers out at each of you. It has folded its wings back, and as it emerges, the wings unfurl, and at the tips of each of the wings are eyes themselves.
The hell is that thing? Who has that?
Oh boy.
I'm switching to the different music.
I
I need
like the serene music.
everyone to roll.
How tall
that
is
thing
this
is-
room?
How tall is the room?
Yeah, is he flying or is he standing?
He is slithering on the floor. The model is
Gross.
What is that? Out of
That's-
game.
That's a cow's penis. That's what that is right there.
this.
I actually think it looks like a sweet potato.
This is
body.
called an eye drake.
an eye drake.
drink.
Yep,
Got it.
So it has two little eyes where the eyes should be,
it does.
and a mouth eye.
Yeah, it does.
How does it eat? Not well.
So the creature storms in and immediately takes all of you in, and you rolled initiative. Yes,
No.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
please roll initiative.
I thought we could talk our
16.
way out.
What's
of
this ground made of?
Bone.
Bone.
This ground is made of bone?
Yes.
Oh,
It's for me.
that's useless.
15 for me. Ooh. Ray got an 18 on the die.
Okay. So Ray is
Ooh. Celine got a 19 on the die.
okay. Hold on. So Ray is +3, so that's a 21 for Ray. 21 for Ray. Celine got a 19. She is +3 as well, so that's 22 for Celine. 16 to 20.
I got a 34.
They require
you really?
neither food
You didn't
nor
say my
drink.
range yet.
Oh,
but
you
I
looked
got
it
a
up.
I was gonna
34.
say
did,
Hugo
because
got
I
a
was very
25.
curious.
So
they
Anthony
require?
is at a 34. How do you get that
They were
high?
made from
Well,
dreams,
Gift of Alacrity
apparently.
for 8 hours lets me add a D8 to my
Oh,
initiative.
that's right.
Plus I have a plus 14 to my initiatives.
You have plus
He's got
14
alert,
to your initiative.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Alert gives you +5.
Uh-huh.
Your perception,
Chronergy Wizard adds my intelligence to...
intelligence.
Good for you.
That's
You
amazing.
know what I says? Good
That's
for him.
stupid.
Hugo,
It is
25.
stupid.
25. Oh my goodness, you guys are crazy.
Don't
Hugo
worry.
critted.
I got pretty normal.
Who's got soul?
15.
15 for Hashin and Cacophony.
Where's
I
my
got
where's my spell of salt?
16. Okay, let's see.
We
what-
rolled well, guys.
you
we
did.
rolled well. This
When it
thing might
doesn't
come in
really-
"Ah!" and we'll be like pop, 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 pop. Dead.
Well, that's not bad. I rolled a
38.
127 for. No, I got ahead of Cacophony and Hashin.
Okay. Hey.
But Ray's at
it's
21. I
it's
did not beat
pinched
that.
right in there.
Okay, so as you see this, you are about to cast the spell, so your action did not go forth. Hugo, you can
Okay.
still cast it on your turn, but this enemy engaged before you cast your 3rd level dispel magic. Anthony, you're up.
Well, I see all these eyeballs, and so I don't want it to be able to see, so I'll use my bonus action first. As I take my hand like this and just pull, and a puff of smoke forms around this creature.
Did you just fog cloud us?
No, puff of smoke.
Please tell me which
Dex save.
eye are you seeking to obscure?
I am seeking to obscure one creature.
One creature.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I'm using one of my advantages.
Okay.
I have 74 left.
Screw you!
74.
Should we continue to try and...
What kind of save is this?
No,
Maybe
you
Dex.
can't.
Dex?
Yes.
That is a 19?
That's a pass. And I will then...
That would have been a failure without the advantage, so Zentilius +1 for us.
Cool.
I will... Yikes. I'm gonna get behind Hasheen if I can.
Okay, so you
Okay, buddy, come here. I'm
rush
big and
up. You are elevated. The platform is about 10 feet, FYI. The ceiling, someone asked how high the ceiling was here. It's about 30 to 40 feet. It's kind of a cathedral ceiling that obviously gives way to... This was large enough for a fire giant to get around in comfortably, so... It does have some marginal room to fly around here.
Okay, and then I will utilize the spell. What is this? Oh. What am I gonna do? Mind Sliver. Yes. Oh, that's a... Can I get 2 cantrips?
Only if you... Wait, bonus action and action.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
one was
think
a
there's a-
bonus action. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Mind Sliver.
Mind Sliver. All right, I'm using an advantage again. What am I rolling?
You are rolling something. Does it matter? Intelligence.
Intelligence. It's a 15.
Fail. Yes.
Good job. What's that do? Is disadvantage?
Okay. So as I pull the eyes to try and bring the smoke to blind it, and I see that it just wiggles its wings and blows the smoke away, I will then pull my hands back, and it looks like I'm stabbing a spike into my temples as psychic energy messes with his mind.
And as the psychic energy courses through the head of this eye drake, it kind of shakes its head briefly and focuses on Anthony.
It takes 4 psychic damage.
4 psychic damage,
And
okay?
its next saving throw subtracts 1d4.
1d4, all right, very good. You can roll that d4 when I roll. It is... Are you staying there? You took about...
I have done everything I can do.
Okay. Hugo, it is now your turn.
Hugo would stop trying to cast a spell he was about to cast.
Oh! The Badger casts haste on Hugo and...
Where is your badger? Is it with you?
It's always on my shoulder.
On your shoulder. Okay, very good.
Hugo and Ray.
Okay, Hugo and Ray. How is it casting it on 2 of them?
Oh, he can't win. I'm not a sorcerer.
Right.
I tried that last time. Hugo.
On Hugo. So Hugo is hasted.
All right.
Hasted Hugo.
And Celine is going to save a slot for Lesser Restoration every time I cast haste on somebody.
Okay.
All right. So
We've
Hugo
talked about
will
these
use his bonus action to Blade Sing.
Okay, bonus action. Blade Sing is engaged as Hugo kind of swings his sword through the air. He imagines a slow, melodic, orchestral song playing. As you watch as the
Can't
sword
substitute that second action for another
kind
bonus
of
action, can you?
slowly is twirled around his arms and shoulder blades along his feet until ultimately, in a flourish, he grabs it. In reference to the video on Discord posted by Cackles. You are blade singing.
So Hugo will then move within 30 feet of the creature.
Okay. That's 30 feet of movement. You are also hasted.
Yep, pasted. Right. So for his first action, he's going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Okay, cast your lightning bolt. I need to roll a dex save
yep.
and subtract d4. I'm rolling with advantage. That is a 17 on the die.
Minus your D4.
Subtract 4.
Okay, that is 19 total. Minus d4. Please roll the d4, Anthony.
This better be a good one. 2.
17 total.
17.
Flat roll.
Dang it. So he meets.
My save.
Okay, so he takes
What did
half
you cast on
damage.
him?
Lightning Bolt.
So lightning bolt is cast. The cackling, crackling electricity arcs through the air, the line passing through the entirety of the creature's body, but not before it kind of just rolls along the ground,
He'll take 15.
avoiding the full brunt of the lightning and its heavy, sinewy skin kind of resisting from a thematic, not mechanical standpoint. 15 points of lightning damage. All right, that's your bonus
then-
action and action.
And then for his second action, he will walk right up to it and just attack it with his sword.
Okay, you begin attacking with your sword.
Crit fail.
Ooh,
That's not good.
please roll a d20 for me.
13.
13. So I need you to roll an acrobatics check.
23.
23. You remain standing as you lose your footing on the bone floor for a moment and are thrown off with your awkward attack, but do not fall prone and are able to continue to face the creature. Is that your turn?
Yep.
All right. It is now Celine's turn. Celine, she can... Let me see here. Celine... She'll cast Emboldening Bond as her action. And she will, seeing Hugo rush forth
Where's Hugo?
underneath the...
Oh.
Yeah. Put
I
him...
was like, where'd he go?
There, I'll put him there so you can see him. Hugo will become bonded. So you can add a d4 to your attack roll, ability check, and saving throw.
3d6.
She is going to bond Hashin. And she's going to bond... She usually bonds herself.
Yep.
So she'll bond herself. Okay. That is her action. She will kind of scamper up the stairs and move to a corner to get as far out of range as possible. And that's her turn. It will now move to Ray. Ray will rage. Rush forward. We'll put her down here just so she can be seen. And she will make her attacks. Please roll a d20 for Ray and add a +9.
Plus what?
9.
Can use one of her advantage. Oh wait, is she what's the other thing? Her bonus
Did
action.
you use your haste attack?
Bonus action.
You know when
Yeah,
she can
casted
give
a
herself
spell and then
advantage.
attacked. That was
Oh,
me.
is she recklessly attacking?
Yes.
All right, then she will recklessly attack.
21.
21 hits. So, please roll a d12 plus 5.
12.
12 total. She's raging, so you add another 3, I think, at this point.
15.
Let me make sure.
She gets one more emboldening bond,
Yeah, I just saw that.
Oh. Does she give it to Ray?
most likely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
3 plus 3.
All right, so 15. Last emboldening bond on
She'll
Ray.
give it to Anthony.
Or that. Okay. Does she roll again?
She makes her second attack. Yep. So it was 15 total points for the
Yep.
first as the hammer smashes into this just bloated center mass of this creature.
I want to do Great Weapon Master on this one.
Okay.
Nice.
It does seem to resist this damage.
Resist means half, or resist means
Half.
nothing. Okay.
So it takes 7 damage.
All right, Great Weapon Master.
Okay. Great Weapon Master.
24. Nope. 19. 19. No, wait. Plus 9 plus 4.
It's plus
19.
It's plus
It's 19.
19. 19 hits.
Okay.
So D12 plus 8 plus 18. D12 plus 18.
23.
23. Have down to 11. Okay, very good. So the hammer smashes in. She then impales it through the same kind of sinewy underbelly with the spear, pulling it out as a gout of this yellowish ooze, ichor, just kind of spills forth, covering Celine. Doesn't damage her, but it's very sticky and viscous.
Okay.
As the creature is now up, it looks at Ray and Hugo, and it will immediately open this large central eye in its mouth. The eye will flash, and everyone within 30 feet, I need to make a Constitution saving throw as a wave of force flashes out from it.
Like in a radius? Or a
Yes,
cone?
30 feet. So Cacophony, Hugo, and Ray.
Okay. Ray sees it coming, right? So she has advantage on these things? does that
It
work
is
with the
Constitution.
barbarian?
This is not Dex.
Okay.
Constitution.
Crit.
Crit. Okay. So Ray succeeds. Hugo.
33.
Okay.
Okay.
Hugo succeeds.
Going down.
And Cacophony.
4!
4.
She's too busy like,
Cacophony fails.
loading bone saw.
Cacophony, you take 40 points of force damage.
Wow.
Ray and
Shit.
Hugo take 20 points each.
Holy moly. Wait,
And
weren't you
all
leveled up?
spells of 3rd level or lower are automatically canceled. So you are no longer hasted.
Oh no.
And you are now...
Wait. Time out. He didn't cast that.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. So because the caster wasn't affected.
Correct. So you are now in a round of lethargy.
That's interesting.
As the spell wears off, you feel yourself slow down in an unnatural kind of just wave of you're just overwhelmingly tired and
You poop your pants.
you twitch for a moment as your muscles try to catch up with this deceleration that just quickly takes you, as you are able to resist the force of the blast but not the effects of this anti-magic eye.
So that
which-
affected everyone no matter what.
within 30,
30
feet.
feet.
Okay.
Yep. So any 3rd level spells are automatically dispelled.
Wait, but he's not within 30 feet.
I was already arguing that.
Doesn't who's concentrating on it does not matter. It's the spell
Okay.
where the spell was cast.
That doesn't seem fair.
And so that is its.
Oop, we got some. Is that
Some stuff.
Is that 1,500 temporary hit points to Cacophony?
For the party advantage.
Oh, that's a bad use, but we'll take it.
All right, so you each have 1 advantage. Thank you very much, City Guard. That is its turn, and it is now Cacophony's turn.
Am I in an area of dim light or darkness?
Yes.
All
So I'll
right.
say that you are in dim light.
I'm casting one with shadows and going invisible.
Okay? So you cast one with shadows,
Yep.
which is a class feature or an invocation? It's a class feature, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So as you connect to the power of the Raven Queen here on this plane, your patron, your undying patron,
Yeah.
you go invisible, and do you stay still or move somewhere else?
I can't move. If I
Oh.
go invisible, I just have to
You just have to stay
stay
still.
right there.
So,
Yep.
you go invisible, and you kind of huddle in against the weapons that remain, the armor that remains, as it is now Hashin's turn.
Okay. I am going to... Can you explain to me how my censure works?
Your censure?
Yeah, the fire elemental censure that I got from the Tao.
Oh, you can utilize it to summon a fire elemental once a day.
Like, does it pop out where I aim it, or does it, like, pop out and have to run?
So you... The spell
I
specifically
didn't realize that was
has
once a day.
a range of...
Because I
boy.
I looked it up on the inventory.
Yep.
It doesn't say anything.
Yeah, it says you cast the spell, so you got to go to the spell. So...
I see.
Oh, I got temporary HP.
Good.
What is that?
That's 10. 10 temp HP.
Alrighty. And then city guard.
Oh, that's 20. So you have 30 temporary HP.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much. I'm going to smite that out of her. Where is it? It is not...
You need me to look up the summon elemental spell?
Well, it should be. I'm not seeing it in this book.
Who did City Guard give 20
I was
temp
assuming
hit
it was
points to?
for me, so I
Under-
took them, but I don't have to
That's
take them.
to Cacophony, I
10
believe.
feet.
Well then,
It appears in an
Celine gave you
unoccupied space
100,
10 feet
10
of
as
it.
well.
10
Yeah.
feet of it.
So
That's what it says.
30 total.
I don't know what that means.
So I
You
was
call
down to
forth an
3,
ele-
so that's helpful.
Fills a 10-foot cube within
Holy
range.
Yep.
An elemental, yep. An area you choose in an unoccupied space within 10 feet of it. Would it be the censure here?
Yep. It's within range. The range is 90 feet.
Where do you see that?
It's in. It says range 90
Oh,
feet.
yeah, up there.
Yep.
Yeah, rather than
It's,
reading.
you just need to put it in a 10-foot space.
Right.
That's
So
what it's saying.
anywhere within 90 feet, a 10-foot space, you can summon it.
That's empty.
All right.
And this will be your casting. It lasts for 1 hour, and you are now concentrating.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. When you cast a spell out of an item, there's no concentrating involved.
Item says you cast the spell.
You cast the spell?
Yeah. So it
Oh,
allows you
okay.
to cast the spell.
Gotcha.
So he is concentrating.
Okay. I put it next to the thing, and then I jump on its eye with it. I move into the eye.
It can go to engulf.
Yes, it can.
All right. So you move to engulf. What is the save I need to make?
Just give me a second here. I had that up.
So as you take out the censure, you utter the magic
It's getting
incantation,
hot in here.
So
which is actually spoken in Draconic.
Got it.
Um,
Even though I don't know it, I do now.
You know the magic words as you bound yourself to it, and a magical flame sparks up for a moment, and then it extends out, and with a kind of a whoosh of fire, the fire elemental emerges out of the bones and materializes and immediately moves to engulf the much larger eye drake in
It's just
its
an
path.
attack. There's
It-
no save. It's an attack.
Okay.
Touch is what I would consider this, right?
I'm trying to bring up the stats. I should have this since you have.
I have it up.
Okay. Well, what's the ability? There's
It says touch plus 6 to hit. So there's no roll.
I think there is a.
It's an attack roll.
It's an ability that. Yeah.
Plus 6 to hit means you roll an attack roll.
Yeah. Hold on.
Correct. So I did. And I have a 22.
That's not what I want. All right. So 22 hits.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and roll your
So
damage.
you take 2d6 fire. And are you flammable?
It is not flammable.
Okay.
Slimy, yet satisfying.
10 points of fire damage.
10 points of fire damage. Okay, as the elemental goes to engage with the eye drake, it begins to consume its sinewy, leathery flesh as the pinkish flesh begins to burn and bubble under the proximity and weight of the blows
I have
from the
another
fire
attack.
elemental. You have your second attack.
Yep.
Hooray!
That's cocked. 8.
8 damage. All right, and you said you entered its turn,
I
its
did.
space, so you
So it's
roll
another
another
D10.
D10. Yes. We're gonna just put this kind of up here.
Darn it. Roll the 1. You take 1 extra point of fire damage, mister.
All right, so as the 1 extra point of fire damage takes hold, that is your turn, and the elemental's turn it'll go on your turn.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Are you playing it so the target takes another D10 fire damage at the start of its turn?
Start of its turn.
So,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
So when it comes up again, I'll do it
Yep.
again.
So you entered in, and then on its turn, it'll take it again, insofar as it's
Yeah. Doesn't
still.
move.
Yep. All right. That is Hashin's turn. We're back to the top of the round. Anthony, you are up.
Well, I will mind sliver it again.
Okay. Using an advantage. This is down to 72. That is another 15. So it's a fail.
And I only rolled 1d6 last time, but it's now 3d6.
Yes. Higher level.
11 psychic.
11 psychic. As the psychic energy courses through the creature once more,
And
the mind sliver takes hold. That is your action.
And I will go.
Okay. I'm listening.
I will go to the chest of the creature.
You are
On the ground.
moving to the chest of the creature.
Not that
Touch
creature. That dead creature.
Oh.
I can reach it.
Okay. You move
You
up
could.
to the corpse of the bony fire giant.
Yes.
Okay.
See if you can bring it
Where
back to life.
where you saw Hugo previously inspecting and about to cast a spell and then stop. Right. You are at the. We'll say you stand up on top of
And you could be
creature
beefy, 'cause
as
I
you are
have
peering
real health,
into
and you have the
the
30 hit.
chest plate that's there behind the chest plate. All right. Anything else on your turn, Anthony?
Yes. Well, can I read the runes? Do I recognize the runes?
You can roll an Arcana check.
Arcana. 18.
18. You also note the rune. You see it. You know where to look because Hugo was concentrating there. With your training in magic of all types, you recognize the abjuration nature of this, but the spell doesn't strike you in any way.
Okay.
So you
I
don't have
will-
quite as much insight as Hugo did.
But maybe it caresses you.
I will end my turn.
All right. Anthony's turn comes to an end. Before we get to Hugo's turn, we're going to do our first giveaway of the night. So thank you for those of you who are the amazing community that you are sticking around with us. If you would like to participate in either winning a set of dice or a $5 gift card to the DM's Guild, you can type into the chat right now, Drake, D-R-A-K-E, Drake, D-R-A-K-E, for your chance to win either a set of dice or a $5 gift card to DM's Guild, Drake. Right. And if we get 10 new subscribers, we will give away a second set of dice or a second gift card to DM's Guild. Exclamation point Drake. Not drink, Drake. Exclamation point Drake. All right, Hugo, what do we got, brother?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, you got a wave of lethargy that washes over you.
That sucks, dude.
It is now
Oh,
Celine's
no.
turn. Celine.
What's the range on Lesser Restoration? I guess it doesn't matter now.
Doesn't matter now.
only
Now it's
one.
Yep,
over.
it's already
Do it
already
anyway.
done. Celine is going
Haste
to
Hugo.
What?
Ooh.
Haste Hugo.
Does she have haste?
She sure
Yeah,
does.
No,
She can
no
twin it.
concentration.
No concentration.
Correct.
Yeah, is that what you want to do? You want to use that one time a day?
Wow, no, I don't want to make that decision.
Just gonna dispel it next round anyway.
Yeah, why not? What are we
Well,
waiting
she-
for?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, it can do that. That might be like its breath weapon. The dispel in a 30-foot cube.
Do you want to haste, Hugo? And do you want to twin that?
She says go ham. Except she spelled ham with an A.
One time a day.
Go
Let me
Han.
remind you that you may use this ability.
Do we want to do it here or save it for the inevitable next fight?
Well, she could just haste me regularly, not use the special one.
That's true. But then, emboldening bond is not concentration. for
Correct.
her.
It's a class
she's not
ability as
concentrating
a
on
peace,
anything.
peace cleric. That's correct.
So just how about a regular haste?
She can haste?
Yeah.
All right, she cast haste. That is a 3rd level spell. She has 1 3rd level spell slot left. She also has used one of her 4th level spells as well. Haste is cast upon Hugo. Hugo, you are zoomed up once more. And she is now
Hugo just likes being hasted.
concentrating on haste.
I like the feeling.
All right. Celine stays right where she is as Ray goes. Please make your attacks, Ray. Add +9 to the attack.
27.
27
First one
hits.
Second one, I'm gonna go with
Okay.
the the thing.
Reckless attack. That +5 minus.
Yep.
-5 +10.
Does she have anything like she crits on a 19 or 20?
She crits on a 20.
As does everyone.
Yeah. I was like,
But
wait,
not
did I miss
19.
something here?
Not 19.
So she hits 19 on the die.
Okay, so that
both-
hits as well.
both
Fun
hit.
fact.
All right, so the first one is. So you're going to roll 2d12
Plus
plus.
26,
Hold on. 8.
Plus 3.
And then 18. So, yeah, 26. So 2d12 plus 26.
Ooh! 16 plus 26. What's that? 42? Yeah.
All right, 42 half down to 21.
Still pretty good.
Nice.
As the hammer and spear come through, again, wailing into the side of the creature as it is taking a beating from Ray. It doesn't like her. But as the attacks go, it rolls over Hugo and Ray and leaves the radius. It does take the d10 of damage. Kind of goes into a roll.
4.
4, so it takes 4 more fire damage.
Does it look like the fire damage is doing more to it than like Ray's physical?
Normal damage. Normal damage. I need both Hugo and Ray to make a strength saving throw as it rolls its entire weight over you.
Is this something she can see so she has advantage?
Again, that's only with dexterity
I'm
saves.
going to ask every time until you cave.
Okay.
Or it's the right thing.
Okay.
I'm going to use one of her advantages.
Okay, this is her last one.
No, she got another one.
Right, didn't you use it before?
No, I was
So
rolling with reckless attack.
Oh, okay, okay. So then one after this. And her roll.
4.
4. 4 plus 10 is a 14, which still fails.
19.
19 succeeds. All right. Ray, you take 20 bludgeoning damage, reduced down to 10 because of rage. You take 10 bludgeoning damage.
I guess he never left our radius, right?
No,
That's what
he's
you're
on the
saying?
opposite side
On
of
the
you now.
opposite side? Okay.
So after he goes through the roll, he now, you watch as the eyes on the wings light up, and 3 of them look to you and shoot out various random rays, which I must roll.
Shit.
Oh, I don't like that
Nope.
at all.
Who's it aiming for?
I will determine that in a moment.
It can't see me, right?
Correct. You haven't moved yet.
I haven't moved.
You're invisible.
Okay, it can only attack those it can see, so Cacophony, it cannot attack you. It can attack the fire elemental, however.
Yes, it can.
So, Ray is 1, Hugo is 2, fire elemental is 3, Hashin is 4, Anthony is 5, and Celine is 6.
Okay.
Ray number 1, which was a 5, goes after Hugo. Hugo, this is a debilitating ray.
Shoot. You're already debilitated. How much more
There
debilitated
is
can you
a
get?
flash of a low kind of almost reverberance that goes along with this eye as it powers up, and then it's like a as the ray shoots forth and hits you directly in the shoulder. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Come on. Remember, you have Emboldening Bond. If you want to use it.
Do I get that every time, or is that like a one-time thing?
It's a D4 once per round.
Once per round.
Oh, I'm not going to use
Per
it.
turn.
Oh,
'Cause
per turn.
Right, so
I have 28 without it.
Oh, yeah, you don't
28. You succeed. You take... You take 10 thunder damage, but you are not incapacitated. All right,
That's good.
next ray.
What
As-
size is this creature?
It is huge. The next, so that was first ray. Next ray is 5. That is Hashin
Yay.
with eye ray number 1. I need you to make a Constitution save as a bluish light emerges and a frigid beam shoots forth, striking you in the chest as the cold courses through your body. You seek to resist it.
What'd you say? What kind of save?
Constitution.
Constitution. I'm going to use my Emboldening Bond.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
That succeeds. You take 10 points of cold damage. That is already halved. And you are not frozen. Good for you.
Damn Skippy.
Final ray is a 2.
Sitting guard gave us.
Goes towards Hugo again. Hugo, I need you... Oh, did I roll 2 2s? I gotta re-roll that. No, hold on. I did a freezing ray. Okay, yes. The last one here. I need a Constitution save from you again.
For me?
From Hugo.
Uh, 22.
22 succeeds. You take 10 points of necrotic damage as this blackish beam strikes into you. Your body begins to convulse and for a moment seems to seize up as the paralyzing effect seeks to set in, but you resist and overcome, and you are not paralyzed. It then needs to roll, does not get its eye weapon back, and it is now Cacophony's turn.
Alrighty.
Can you get there?
How far away am I?
25 feet. Is that worth it?
I can go 30.
Yeah. But then
How far is it off the ground?
it's not.
It is on the ground. It kind of
Oh, okay, good.
rolled over the party.
Alright.
How much
I do it?
damage
I should have flown though.
How much damage did it do when it rolled?
20 to everyone it rolled over.
So let's think about that. Because the thing you want to do, at best, can get you 24 points back.
Now half that. That much damage, but
Yep.
half that.
So if it did a roll thing again,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying be cautious here. You have 3 hit points.
Was it Vampiric Touch?
Yeah. It's also a spell slot. But if I'm not, I'm just sitting there invisible.
What do we got,
I
Cacophony?
get that, but you got 3 hit points and you're lower than everybody else. Like this just might be what it is. And no one's gonna fault you for that.
All right, I guess I'll stay invisible for another round.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do? You want to look for? You want to investigate? You want to try to figure out?
To show up to work tomorrow.
If I move,
I'm coming to buy it then.
I'm no longer invisible.
Okay. So you stay still.
So I think, yeah, I'm just gonna.
Maybe like think through how we can win.
Sure.
Have a roll for that.
I'll think through.
You can
Actually,
investigate
I'll
the
probably
weapons
be
again if you
thinking-
wish.
Well, we still need the key from the. Assuming from the guy. So.
Can you perceive the room to see
That's
if
what
we
I'm
are
doing.
missing an
Yeah,
obvious
I'll
key?
do that.
I'm not
I'll
using any spell
perceive-
slots in this fight.
I'll look around the room and see if
Roll a perception
there's
check.
anything that would help us get the key from wherever it is. 21.
21. It's pretty good. You see Anthony looking intently at the inner chest plate of the fire giant. You look back at the weapons, and there seems to be a katana that has a gleam to it that
Ooh.
you didn't recognize before.
Cool.
And you think there might be something underneath Celine that you just in your quick investigation that area just seems to be cleaner than everything else, which strikes you as odd.
Okay.
That's what you see. It is now Hashin's turn.
The elemental moves back onto the face,
Okay, it moves back up.
takes its attacks.
Make your attacks.
A 19 on one
That hits.
and 15 on the other.
15 total.
Yeah.
That does not hit.
So I'm gonna roll the d10 as well, or do I hold off on the d10?
That's on its turn. Yeah.
So just the 2d6 plus 3. 13
13.
points of fire damage.
All right, very good. So 13 more points of fire damage as the fire elemental engages and continues to burn away the flesh around its face.
Hashin now will move north, onto that other platform, the bone platform.
You're seeking to jump across the 10-foot span.
Yes,
Okay, roll your athletics check.
like a ranger would.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say athletics?
Yes.
21.
Good. You take a bit of a running start and leap, land gracefully,
And
easily clearing the span.
As I'm sliding across, like on my knees on the bone, I turn over my shoulder and I loose 2 arrows right in the weird little eyes of. Actually, I want to aim for the top. Called shot. Will you let me know what the AC bumps up by?
I will
want
not.
to aim for the first 2 little ones.
I will not.
Okay, then I'm going to aim right down its freaking throat
Okay.
at the big eye.
Okay.
Nice.
Do I have advantage?
Why would you have advantage?
My fire elemental is literally on its face.
You do not have advantage.
Okay.
If anything, that gives you disadvantage because you don't see its throat.
Sharpshooter.
It doesn't matter. You don't see it.
Oh, no, I see it. I see it.
Go ahead and roll.
All right, first one's 18 on the die. That's going to
That
hit.
hits.
This one, I'm going to do my sharpshooter with it.
Okay. -5 plus 10.
Yep. 18.
18 does not hit.
Emboldening bond.
That'll hit. 19's its AC.
Figured it out. Okay.
Jake
And
has advantages.
I do. I have a couple here. I
Who
am
gave you advantage?
Two
city
people.
guard.
Oh.
Plus, I had one from last time. I've been
It's fine.
I've been
City Guard
building
is
here.
keeping you guys alive.
Seriously.
Zentilius, we're coming for him.
I am going to. Okay, I got so much crap to do. Gonna roll my 2d8s. Where are they? Have you been stealing my 2d8s, Cacophony?
Twice.
My 2d8s twice,
I haven't, but my
plus
my little bag is kind of sad.
plus 26 for this. And then I'm also going to mark it. Can I mark it? You know, with my ranger ability, it's a favored foe.
Oh, so you're using favored foe.
Yes.
Yep.
That's it.
Is that a bonus action?
Yeah. It
Okay.
should. No, pull up the other sheet.
Shouldn't be 32, not 26.
Why?
2 10s and 2 ability scoring.
I believe I
didn't-
have 72 advantages left.
Oh, you only did 1.
I only did it on the first. I
Okay.
wanted to make sure I hit at least once. I'm sorry. I have to read. No. So this, I might have to take that back. You mark it as your favorite enemy until you lose your concentration, as if you were concentrating on a spell. So would that take away my concentration?
It would.
Then I'm not doing it.
Okay.
9 plus 26 is 35 points of damage.
35 points of damage
Magical.
total. Yes, as your arrows pierce through into the hide of the creature, the cold
How's it look?
ice kind of crests out from the impacts as it freezes the flesh for a moment before the internal movement and warmth of the body breaks through. It's skewered through and hammered by Ray multiple times, burned by your elemental, now pierced. It's taken a lot of damage, but it's still slithering along, intent on taking you all out. These creatures don't seem to have any regard for their own health. They are on one mission, and this is to destroy. All right, it is now Anthony's turn. Anthony, you see the rune before you. What do you do?
Is there an on switch on this creature?
An on switch?
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Great question.
You mean
Like, was it just turned off? It wasn't killed. Was it just turned off?
for the Forge Master, you mean?
His armor was
Roll
in great
an
shape.
investigation
It
check.
was, and they were aiming for the neck, but they clearly didn't.
I'm gonna use my action to cast Exceptional Wit.
Exceptional.
Okay, that is your action. Very good.
This is what I do in fights now. I don't fight. I just do other things on the side.
No, we're aware. It's not now. It's what you've always done. Like it's a new thing.
What am I doing?
Exceptional went, so add your d6.
It's a 6. Okay, that's right. All right. That would be a 19.
19. 19 is sufficient to draw your eyes back to the base of the neck and to notice that there is a rune that was dispelled here.
Oh.
I'll give you a free Arcana check to determine what type of rune this was.
Undispel it. Undispel it. Or respell it. I guess that would be
21.
21 is sufficient to tell you that this looked like a rune of conjuration.
Conjuration. Would I know how to activate it again?
Not, I mean, you get the sense that the Forge Master's essence was conjured into
magical.
this husk, and animated,
Ah, gotcha.
and they eliminated its ability to animate here. How that spell or ritual would have worked is beyond you.
Okay. There's a door right there. There's a door right there next to me.
There is the opening to the forge. So you look in, and there is a opening into what would have been a very large fire. Think of the
Not like a forge room, the actual
the actual forge.
Right.
Right.
It's not a room.
Slightly askew is a very large anvil,
All right.
and then essentially a furnace, the opening to the furnace where the forge, the smelting, etc. occurred.
And are there any runes on the floor to
Just-
the entryway to it?
Just bones.
Okay.
Yep.
As I'm looking around, I just point backwards and try to puff a smoke him.
Okay.
No, he's too far away. End of turn.
Okay. It is now Hugo's turn.
Hugo will cast Shadow Blade.
Shadow Blade is cast.
And that'll be at the 4th level.
4th level, very good.
And then for his first attack, he's actually going to, not only will his blade appear of shadow, but it will appear wreathed in green flames as well, as he will attack the creature 3 times.
Okay, so
First,
with
though,
haste,
he would like to move around the creature to flank it with a ray.
so you zoom around the creature and get within a flanking position with Ray, thereby giving you advantage on each of your attacks.
Yeah, so the first one is 24.
That hits.
And that will have 5, 9, 14 plus sneak attack.
Yep, you do get sneak attack.
Yep, it'll be 14 psychic damage. It'll be 3 fire damage.
Okay, so 17 total.
And sorry, it was green flame blade would also be 6 plus 5, so 11.
So 11 more damage.
11 more.
That was on top of the 3 fire damage.
The 3, yes, because the 3 sneak attack.
Oh, that was.
Yes.
But okay. Yep, got
Green flame is a d6 plus my
it. So you're just applying
modifier,
the fire
yes.
damage to the sneak attack.
sneak attack. Yeah. So the total fire damage would be
14.
14.
Yep, got it.
That's attack 1.
Attack 2
27.
hits.
Oh, that's a beautiful. 11, 18, 23.
23 total damage.
23 total damage.
Okay, very good.
And the
And your
last
final
one-
attack.
Is going to be 26.
26 hits. As you carve into the side of this creature,
7.
the psychic damage racks through its eldritch mind. The flames continuing to burn away at its flesh. You see a massive kind of gash open up. Even though you're doing psychic damage, the sword itself with the green flame seems to be piercing through and slicing its thick skin from its bones, exposing a yellowish kind of ooze inside, almost like a large cavernous canal down the center of this wormy form.
Sweet. Split it open.
It is now Celine's turn. Celine looks about, and what would you have her do? Want her to cast any spells?
Can she can see her now?
She cannot. She can still not see Cacophony.
But she said she doesn't have to see
Did you
me.
do anything last round?
No.
She can cast aid if she is within 30 feet.
So there's 2 of us
we are
doing
not
nothing?
within 30 feet.
Right? She'd have to
Apparently,
move towards-
yeah.
Summon the fire element.
No, I'm gonna do something the next time it comes around. I have to
Alright,
do
fine.
something.
I'll cast a spell next time. I'll
Don't be hasty.
blow my 6
No,
level
I'm
slot.
gonna do distance.
She did. His aid must be in. Okay, yeah, she has that as a second level. Okay.
Hugo, you're still.
She's a cleric, right? Can't she animate dead?
She is a minor. Her minor is a cleric, so she's a sorcerer technically, in her full 9th level. She is going to Sacred Flame if you don't have any other desire.
I don't know what she can do.
What spells can she do?
I
Isn't
mean,
that
she's
like
got
a-
lots of spells.
That's fine.
Sacred Flame's fine.
All right,
Go.
advantage roll.
radiant?
That
Yeah, it's
is a
radiant.
17
then-
on the die. That succeeds. So I have 71 left, and Sacred Flame. She is going to, as the creatures come toward her, she'll go to. Just guys move in the corner of the forge. It is now Ray's turn. Ray, flanking with Hugo, makes advantaged attacks.
16 on die.
Hits.
This one I'm gonna do
Yep, -5 + 10.
19 on die.
All right, they both hit. Please roll 2d12 + 26.
You got it, dude.
You got it, dude.
Does she have the thing where she can re-roll a damage die?
Yes, you can do one of those per
And
turn.
you have to take it?
Yes.
Not gonna do it. 13 plus 26, 39 points of damage.
39, halved down to 19. Okay. As she skewers in, and the side that she is aiming on doesn't get shredded like Hugo's. It just collapses in as if a lung kind of collapsed in, and the side of the creature is now, I don't know what that
Fire.
means.
It's up 7 points of fire damage.
It's up. Oh, seven more points of fire damage. Got it. As its face continues to melt away, do not get the eye back. It is going to roll 3 more beams.
Ooh.
As the eyes kind of sparkle for a moment. Reroll. Okay. 2, 4, and 3 are the 3 eyes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Nope, doesn't see cacophony. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so Hugo, I need you to make a Constitution save again.
26.
26. As the same debilitating ray goes to hit you again, you take 10 points of thunder damage as it echoes forth, but you are not debilitated. Anthony.
What's up?
Sup?
No, I'm sorry, Hugo. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on.
Wait, you got hit twice?
I guess.
No, I said Anthony. I'm
You said
Hasheen.
Hugo. Oh.
Well, of course.
Hasheen, dex save. I misspoke. I'm sorry.
Crit.
Natural 20. Very good. You take
10 points.
10 points of fire damage, and you are not immolated. That's a shame. No one's failed this yet.
This is me.
This is... Yes.
And this is when I will
This
fail.
is Anthony. Anthony, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. As the paralysis ray goes forth. No one rolled the death ray. That's disappointing.
Is it like a power word kill ray, kind of?
27.
Well, if it kills you, you turn to ash.
27.
27 succeeds.
Why?
You take 10 points of poison damage. And you are not paralyzed.
Thanks.
It seeks to roll in the direction of Hugo because you were slashing the crap out of it. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh. Wait. I'm still, that's emboldening bond or whatever that thing is, right?
Yeah. I don't believe you used it this turn.
I did not. So, how is 11?
11 fails. You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage as the creature's massive, hulking carapace crushes you into the wall that you were kind of bracing against. You are able to kind of quickly gain your footing once more. Actually, no, I'm sorry. You are prone. It does knock you prone, but whatever. It's not going to matter.
Ray and fire elemental can take opportunity attacks?
That is correct. So Ray can take an op attack, and Fire Elemental can take an op attack.
Ray rolls a 2.
That misses.
Fire elemental rolls 15.
15 misses. Okay. And it is now Cacophony's turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast, which will make me no longer invisible.
You're
Yes, I
casting
do.
from invisibility, and so you have advantage on your 2 attacks.
Do you want to hex it first? Bonus action hex?
I do.
Then
That
you
will
would
use a
not
spell
be
slot.
invisible.
She already knows that.
Yeah, as soon as I cast something, I'm not invisible
know,
anymore,
but-
so.
You wouldn't get an advantage on the Eldritch Blast because the Hex would make you
That would
visible.
yeah.
Decisions.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
It says if you take an action, not a bonus action, technically.
We cast a spell.
Yeah, I think I'll do the Hex. I feel like that's a safer bet.
One with Shadow.
Okay, go ahead and cast your hex. So you get to add a d6 to each hit.
Yes.
That is a spell slot, and now you can roll your 2d20s.
Do it.
13 plus 8.
21.
That hits.
21.
First one hits, and your second attack?
Crit. Plus 8.
Smite it.
She can't.
Can't.
You can
No.
roll 3d12 plus 10 plus 3d6.
Okay. I don't think I have enough. 3.
So you focus your Eldritch Fury
Sorry, D10.
from the shadows.
Opposed D12.
You
3d12.
line up the eye in the center of
D10.
its mouth, and you
Oh.
let loose with both
Must
hands, double barrel, the Eldritch Blast, which shoots forth through the air.
Did you mean D10s?
Yes, 2d10s. 3d10s plus 3d6s plus 10. You need to roll above a 20 to finish it. 20 damage to finish it.
Oh.
Oh, you got this.
All right.
3D10. 10 on the first one. 6 on the second one. 10 on the 26. 26 on the Eldritch Blast alone.
Okay.
And then
Go ahead. Go for it.
what else was it?
3d6.
I don't have any. I don't have any.
That's because I've been stealing yours.
Why should I?
3d6.
1.
1.
5.
Okay, so 7 more.
7.
Plus
So that's
10.
33 plus 10, so 43 points of total damage.
Does it seem to avoid the necrotic damage?
It does not.
Shh.
It takes the necrotic damage.
I need to know this.
What else? Was there something else?
That's it.
That was it? Okay.
Please describe how you would like to end this creature's existence.
All right. So,
Good job.
feeling really restless sitting there, totally invisible. So, I stand up, and out of frustration, I just shoot, aiming right at the eye in the middle of its mouth.
Mm-hmm. And the two Eldritch Blasts impact with dual force. The eye gets blown down its throat. The sinewy attachments into the mouth snap off with a sick kind of... the only way I can describe it as just a sloppy, slushy kind of... as
Ew.
it is ripped forth from the force. The creature's wings kind of bat wildly along the ground before it just comes to a sickening kind of thud as it stills and is down. And you are out of combat.
Celine's gonna just Sacred Flame it
Celine just starts
until it just disappears into
Just-
nothing.
Sorry, guys. To
radiating.
just kind of jump in out of nowhere and
No, that was pretty cool.
steal the
Where the hell were you?
I mean, you stole my kill, but I mean, I guess it's better that it's dead.
Yeah, I mean, we're all alive, so we'll take it. All right, where's this freaking key?
What is this armor made of?
It is a leathery, sinewy skin.
Oh,
And
what?
Can the box be removed?
I'm sorry. The armor is a steel plate.
Well, I was about to, dispel a rune that's on a box on that creature before this thing came barging in. So, if you'd like, I get back to that.
Do you have green dice over there, Matthew? Is that what it is? Blue or green?
There is a emerald
I thought you
set and
tried.
a blue set.
No, I
Yep.
did not. I never
Justinius 1,
cast
he
the
wants
spell.
the green.
Right.
Justinius. Do we have...
I do.
Okay. Justinius, and he wants the green dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If we get 10 new subscriptions, I don't know if... I don't know...
Thank you for the follow.
I don't know what we've got. Yes, thank you very much for the follow. One Way Glitch. Welcome.
Glitch is the name of one of my cats.
One way.
Hey, I say you put that fire elemental on this creature and burn it to ash before Shark can bring it back.
Okay. The dispelled one?
No, that creature. Oh, you
the
dispelled?
fire elemental.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
While he's
So-
doing that, Hugo's gonna go and now attempt to dispel that
burn it
rune
to
on the
ashes.
box.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab.
The haste
Sorry.
does wear off. After about a minute, you have a wave of lethargy, but you're fine, and you begin
Mention
to
that corner that was clean.
you seek to
I'm gonna
dispel.
grab the katana I saw and walk over.
You grab the katana.
Yep, and I'm gonna walk over to the group up by the guy, our fallen friend.
I want to go to the door and peek out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Fifth
explain to them that the
I guess you
area
can't
under
afford.
Celine, or where she was in the corner, seems awfully clean.
It does seem awfully clean. So she describes this cleanly perspective to the group, and she has a... Did you put the katana in the bag, or did you present it to anyone?
Oh no, I'm gonna show them because it seemed very out of place with the rest of what was there.
Is it a bone katana? Well, I'm by the door.
Yeah, you're not paying attention.
had a
It is a
gleam.
very, very keenly made katana. It does have what looks to be a handle of bone, but it is got very ornate carvings into it. And the blade itself has
Hugo?
runes that kind of glow up it. It was seemingly missed by the cadre of Shadowkai who came in because it was kind of tucked away in a the word escapes me. Gosh darn it. The sheath of the blade
There we go.
was tucked away in a kind of the bottom corner of one of the shelves lengthwise. So it was just tucked behind, which is how it was missed. Yeah, so that is there. Let's deal with the dispelling magic. At what level are you casting it?
3rd.
Please roll your d20.
Back to where we started.
15 plus my modifier is 20.
You succeed in dispelling
Attaboy?
the level 8 spell.
Wow.
So you need to get above an 18.
Wow.
And
So is it 10 plus the level?
it is 10
10
plus,
plus
the
the
level.
I'm learning.
You immediately watch as there is a flash of kind of pink energy that goes forth, and what was the skeletonoid chest of this fire giant forge master is immediately broken by a chest within the chest that
always
emerges.
that way.
It's a mimic.
A mimic.
Yeah.
And this small chest, no longer than maybe 12 inches in length and about 6 inches in depth or width, and maybe 3 inches in depth. So 12 by 6 by 3, almost like a knife size, dagger size chest emerges. There is a scrawling of a raven across the box.
It's a good sign.
All right. Well, is the box locked?
There is a clasp upon it,
Well,
but it does not seem to have a lock.
Hey, wait.
Do you want me to open it?
Maybe she should take it.
It's a good idea.
Or
With
you
my
let me
hand.
walk away so when it blows up, I'm not here next to you.
well, all right. I mean, if you say.
I mean, we're
No,
in the,
you
we're
can,
in the
you
land
can
of
do what you
Arpeggio.
want.
You can
I can
roll
open
an investigation check on the
It's a
box
good
if
idea. Let's
you
do
care
that.
to.
I move away. Down to the bottom.
Yeah, join me. Let's look outside. See
Investigation.
if anything else is coming.
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural
okay.
20. I mean, it's certainly a box with the Raven Queen's iconography. You don't sense anything outside the box that would belie
Cool.
magical enchantment.
All right.
Pocket that shit.
There ain't no box here.
I mean, clearly there is.
We've done this
Hold it.
before.
He'll take the box and he'll give it to Cacophony.
Okay, the box is handed to
If it ain't the
Cacophony.
key, I want what's inside.
Fair enough.
We'll see what's inside.
Anthony and
first, then
Celine,
We'll talk about
where did you? Celine is inspecting Cacophony for her wounds,
Oh, yeah,
asking
that's
if you would
probably
like to
smart.
be healed. She says, I can do an aura of vitality if you care to.
No.
It is in my ring, stored.
I don't need it.
I mean,
What
she
does it
does.
do? I do.
She has
I
3
mean,
hit points.
I wouldn't mind a little bit of health. I mean, I'm okay, but I mean, that thing kind of hurt.
I'm a little hurt. I could be okay if we could make it back in like short rest.
I'd be all right too, but I mean, I don't know what we encounter on our way
She's
back.
looking rough. I mean,
Are you back in here now? Talking?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I was hoping I could
Roll a
roll 'em and
perception
come
check.
back.
Yeah, I mean, if I can make it back
20.
to where we can rest,
20.
I have.
You look out, in particular, keeping eye for the dark, foreboding presence of Shar. You think you see in the distance the entity moving west, away from you.
Okay.
Presumably in response to the feint. As you're standing and watching, you see it kind of stop. And it
Is
seems
the
kind
ISR
of
on?
it seems kind of like it's deciding where to go and what to do.
Hey, we might have to hurry up whatever we decide. There's a storm coming.
Well, while they're getting healed by Celine, and before this creature's burned completely, I'd like to inspect it to see if there's anything that can be salvaged.
The fire elemental has been doing its work, but go ahead and roll an investigation.
Come on, baby. 22.
22. I mean, it is of the draconic family, though it's warped and twisted, as mythos creatures often are. The eyes are not of a natural origin, and would certainly have some sort of arcane value, though most of those they're the first things that burned, because they are the most susceptible to the heat.
So-
Really, the only things that remain that would have any sort of value would be the teeth, if you would care to extract them, the horns, which could potentially be turned into some sort of weapons, and what little sinewy skin remains could potentially be harvested to make some sort of leather, but it would take time to seek to harvest any of those things.
I would get some test tubes from Celine and collect some of its ichor.
Okay, you can
Just
get
in case.
some of the ichor of the blood. You can put Idrake blood in your inventory. You have 1 vial.
Would Ray think that this blood would help with the hopper?
No one investigated
That's why I
the
collected it.
writing on the hopper.
That's why I collected it.
So
Oops.
on the
That's-
seal.
Not what I mean, though. Don't we just usually need any type of dragon blood to make it work?
From the heart of a dragon.
The heart.
Yes.
Is the heart still there?
It has been consumed.
Okay.
But we don't need the heart blood to open it. We need to activate it. We just need any blood to
That-
activate it.
He was
Of-
talking
of
about
a
that to
specific
use
user.
the hopper.
I was talking
Yeah.
about if we ever had to bamf out
teleport.
of
Oh, to
here.
bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If it's in the Viking family.
The Viking.
Ragnar. Yeah.
The dragon family. That's what I meant. How did I get Viking?
Well,
All right,
Are you gonna open up that box? I'd like to see what's inside.
What's in the box? It's a movie
Wait,
quote.
did-
7.
Did Celine
Good
heal
movie.
me?
Well, I think you should open the box
Celine's
first,
gonna do the thing.
just in case.
All right. So Celine, she kind of rubs the ring of spell storing she has on her finger, and she casts out of the ring a aura of vitality. This aura of vitality allows her to do 2d6 for 10 rounds,
Ooh.
and give it to anyone whom she wishes.
Are you gonna roll that?
First, I need a d20 roll to see if there is a surge of wild magic from her use of the ring.
10.
10. That
I don't remember
is
if that's good or
a
bad.
success. 10 or
Okay.
above
Oh, okay. Good.
succeeds. So there is no wild magic surge. I'm going to roll up these real quick. So that's 7, 10, 19, 27, 34, 39, 47, 50, 57. And the last one
Ooh.
is 69. There are 69 points of healing available to the party.
let's get her back to full.
So what is?
I would need 50 to go back to
Okay,
full.
so we got 19 points left. She gives
What are
them
you down?
the rest to.
I'm down to 31.
Gives them to Hugo.
Okay.
Right. So that is gone from the Ring of Spell Storing, and she has nothing left in the Ring of Spell Storing. And you have a box. Are
Yes.
you seeking to do anything else in this room?
Open the box.
Yes.
Do you want to do anything before I open the box?
I mean, I want to look at that
Yeah, she tells us about the
weird
clean spot.
corner.
You're looking at the clean
We're gonna
corner.
inspect it. Yeah.
After I'm telling people we probably have to move quick, though.
Okay, so you go over to the clean corner. Please roll and
Why are you
invest.
smiling?
How about I do that
Go ahead.
while they were healing? I do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're investigating it.
Yes.
I'll
All
help
right.
him. It's right there. See it? It's right there.
Go ahead.
Exceptional
you move
wit.
closer, though.
27.
27. There seems to be a faux panel in the wall here
Nice.
that you are able to remove the bones, and there is what looks to be a very large lever.
Is the
Ball
forge
egg.
off right
Or a
now?
lever.
It is.
I think we should turn it on after we leave.
How are we going to do
Like
that?
one person stays back invisibly, turns it on and runs. I presume that it's going to raise back up the guard,
Wasn't the guard dispelled with the magic that was around his neck?
or maybe the switch turns it on and off.
Maybe.
I flick it.
Flip the switch.
I flip the switch.
I mean,
As you do, there is a massive rumble in the floor, followed by a as the forge ignites with a fiery power. At the same time that happens, the box you are holding begins to flicker with runes as the latch pops open.
Oh, good.
And it opens of its own accord. Having the forge ignited means the detonation did not go off.
That was close.
Making a rash decision helped this time, people.
You are batting 1 for 43. All the same numbers, Steve.
Wow.
Within,
All right, that
you
works.
see a key of gold
Hey.
with a the beak of a raven that extends forth and kind of is formed into the jagged typical
Dude, this Raven Queen is all about branding.
teeth
Yeah, right.
of the key.
Seriously.
The wings kind of sweep back into the actual
Yogurt the merchandise.
holding of the key. You have received the forged key,
Awesome.
and
And
the
I did wear my skeleton hand shirt.
Perfect.
there you go. You
For
got
the
the skeleton
occasion.
hand shirt. Your
I don't know
is-
if anyone
your
else
hand
did.
is
I did.
is bony.
Yeah.
Pointed out
bone
earlier.
skeleton.
It's awesome.
You have, for the sake of moving things along, completed the forge, and you seek to return.
Yes.
You
Was that little thing in there? Was that the thing?
little
That-
thing in the thing.
you know,
with
the-
the thing.
The thing
The
that
thing
we were
over
saying
there.
was a clock. You know, the indentation. Was that a hopper portal?
It
Oh.
looks like a molten
On the floor.
iron pouring
Oh,
thing.
no, that is aesthetic only.
Okay. So where was the hopper portal?
It was at the
Throne.
garden of
At the throne.
the remember what I call it?
Basically, where we're
Garden
going.
of Passage.
Where we're going back
Passage.
to.
Yes,
Okay, we'll look then.
would be wise.
Good to know.
All right, you peek your head to the door. The Shatterkai guard that our agent that led you here remains with watchful vigil, wide-eyed. There's a relief that takes his face as he sees you were able to overcome the eye drake that assaulted you.
Yeah, thanks
Can
for the
see-
heads up.
You can see a new bit of respect that has there's a 50-foot gap. Are you traversing? What are you guys doing?
All right. Well, we took care of one thing. We just got to watch for. What else do we see now?
Roll perception as time has gone by.
So my look out there with the 20 didn't suffice.
Well, you've gone back and did a bunch of other stuff, so you're now returning to look again.
So we've turned on the forge, which now probably has all eyes looking at us.
26.
26. The presence of Shar is moving in your direction.
Okay. Storms
at
are
a
coming.
fast speed.
What do you think? Hey, what do you think about like crossing towards the other group
I have an idea.
and meeting up
too.
with them before we head back?
We still have Infuego with us. He can be a distraction and run in a different direction. Maybe the ire of Shar will follow him while we zig when it zags.
Did it finish burning that thing up yet?
I mean, it's still working at it. I mean, but
Can you
essentially,
have it
it's,
run at Shar
it's
like-
not
Good enough.
all ash, but
I'm gonna make this thing.
it's got about
be-
40 minutes left.
I'm going to make it look. It gives off a 30-foot bright light, 30-foot dim light. 2, it's gonna
Very
like
precise.
whirling dervish around and yell. If an elemental could yell, it's gonna do that in that direction when we go that way. What do you think?
Good plan. Run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good enough.
Fuego. You know what to do.
It looks at you and slowly just kind of nods its head, and it burns a pathway along the bone before it reaches the cobblestone road and begins moving in a westerly direction. The direction that the presence of Shar is moving forth with. You rush back towards the center, and there is a moment where Shar's presence is moving towards you and then redirects towards the fire elemental.
Yay!
Poor guy.
It worked.
Dry
Yay.
bones fall.
I need all of you to make an advantaged stealth check because you have directed the presence of Shar through the use of your fire elemental and her direction of her minions in that direction as well.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, a natural 20,
15.
15,
What am I rolling?
Stealth.
What
Stealth?
level are you?
Oh,
7.
Just helping a guy who just followed who wants to know the level.
I saw
Most are
that.
9, one's 10, one's 11, one's 7.
Anthony's 11,
what's
Hugo,
11?
Celine, Ray, and Hashin are 9. Cacophony is 7. And then several of them have a minor class that is level 1 or 2.
You say we get to roll with advantage?
Yes, because of your successful use of the fire elemental.
Sweet. Do I still have emboldening bond?
That has worn off. 10 minutes has gone by.
18. I got
18, so a 15 and 18, a unnatural 20.
Dex?
It's stealth.
What is wrong with me? 23.
23,
Bad time.
and Celine and Ray, please.
I got somebody.
Oops.
You have Ray.
I got Celine.
18
Crit.
dice.
Okay, you guys all succeed. You are able to avoid the flesh creature that was previously on the opposite side, has now moved in a westerly direction as if it was moving towards the
Faint.
faint, and it seemed to have stopped and started to move back. But in its redirection towards the fire elemental, you seize that opportunity to scoot around it, make your way back to the wall of force at the Garden of Passage, where
All right, where's this thing?
the other monks that were sent out await you with a silver key as they succeeded
They did it.
in clearing the Court of Unkindness. Although there are only 3 of the monks who remain
How many went out?
from the
6?
10 who went out.
And,
Damn.
So
It's like we're
essentially,
better than them.
essentially you're down to 4 companies of the personal guard, and you're down to 4 units of infantry.
But
So-
all of us.
Oh, the other one got wiped out. The Feint got got
The
wiped out.
this 20 that went out did not return.
Makes sense.
Oh.
Well, you know what? Let me.
Neither
I'll
did
roll.
Infuego.
I'll roll to see. 4 returned.
Oh, that's not bad.
Alright.
Now we
4.
got 8 in a group.
4 returned. All right. As you return, Shivak is there. How did it go? Were you successful?
took care of it.
We were.
And we even turned on the forge. I don't know why, but we did.
Well,
that was wise of you to acquire the key and to eliminate all traps that may have been activated through the unkindling of the forge. Seems that the Cathedral of Twilight and the Hall of Recollection are next. I pray that the Queen of Ravens guides us safely to the final keys. And with that kind of resolve, he turns in the westerly direction of each of those two locations, and a flash of what can only be described as kind of a purplish lightning kind of racks the shield as the shadow begins to press forth, seemingly angered at this distraction. It is not attacking directly with its presence, but from a distance, seeking to impact. And that's where we will pick up our session next Tuesday night, when I believe we will have Ray having returned, and Celine having returned, and I think we'll have a full party. You're gone next week? Or 2 weeks from now. All right?
Yep.
And we will get the next leg of this little mini overland dungeon, so to speak, taken care of.
Cool.
And I don't know if we got the 10 new subs, so
That is a sweet mini.
We got a
by the
bunch
way.
of follows, though.
yeah, really appreciate all those new follows. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We've been doing this for several years.
43 years.
A bunch of schmucks, that's all we are, that just like telling stories and engaging with the party. Cacophony, your temporary hit points will remain from the amazing community
Yes.
because they
Alright.
weren't taken.
You are beefy now.
I believe
really
I have
am.
71 advantages left.
Oh,
We
was
need
that
to-
all?
We need to put an amount that removes advantages from you.
Is there a way that we can buy a minus sign? Or
Um,
division?
Well, yes, you can buy disadvantages and thereby cancel out. Which are, I believe, 250 bits per disadvantage.
253 or 250 times how many? 73?
71.
71.
71?
We do have
About
giveaways
16,000,
that we usually do.
17,000.
However, Zentelius, can you disadvantage the players too? Yes, you may.
Oh, great.
No!
We hope to see you all next Tuesday night, and we hope you enjoyed the stream, and hope you enjoyed interacting with the stream, as the party will continue this fight in the Shadowfell, gathering keys, seeking to ultimately get to the vault of the Raven Queen,
Ooh.
known as the Vault of Remembrance.
Nice.
And if you would like, we will have the TCA game going off this Thursday night, which is a side game that some of us play in. Jake DMs that, and I play a PC, which is fun. Carissa also plays a wizard in that campaign, and we have a whole host of other individuals who play with that one. So that's a fun game, which is going on in the same world, though in a different part thereof. That's Tuesday. This Thursday night at 7:30 is when we start, and usually done around 10:30ish, just like this one. All right. Well, we really appreciate you all. Congratulations to the winner of the first dice, and we look forward to seeing you perhaps this Thursday, but certainly next Tuesday night, starting at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, right here, when we, with the full cast, will continue to loot, die, and repeat. Good night, everyone. Cheers.